He is not going to like how this conversation is going to go. Hey, well, let's get this started.
Hey, what's
Hey,
going on?
you've had a couple days to find the photo of Karen Bass being in militant gear, serving the Communist Party
Oh yeah,
over
everybody
there.
knows
So,
about that
do
already.
you
Yeah.
have that photo?
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. But I'm here to ask you something else.
Every time you come into this live, I'm going to ask you for that photo. And I'm going to ask you for that evidence. And every time you don't answer, I'm just going to drop you. That's how that's going to go. Welcome into the show, Defend the Indefensible. This is episode 75. Episode 75. Greatly appreciate all of you for being here. Episode 75, where Trump supporters come up and do what they do best. Y'all, we have some terrible news. Terrible news on the economy coming out today from the likes of Scott Bessent and the Bureau of Labor Statistics and otherwise. Inflation is at 3.8%. Inflation is higher than what was handed to Donald Trump at the beginning of his term in January 20th, 2025. And it's per his own policies, his own actions. Everyone got their little break when it was going downward. 2025, when he took over the term and it was going down, everyone said, yes, this is great. We're doing awesome. See, trust the plan. But you see, not all of Trump's policies came into play. Not all of Trump's wars of choices were enacted at that point. And now that they are, we're seeing a vastly different economy. A vastly different economy. So I'm wondering if today is the day where maybe, just maybe, Trump supporters are starting to realize that they're not getting everything that they were promised. Maybe, just maybe, Trump supporters are realizing that it was a lie. So if you are a Trump supporter who supports this administration or supported this administration, then you realized that maybe you were wrong in that support. And if you regret your vote, this live is the live for you. A safe space, if you will, for you to come up and express exactly what did it in for you. And if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, you still believe Donald Trump is doing a great job, despite the numbers, despite the growing national debt, despite the weaponization of ICE and everything else, you still think he's doing an exceptional job. I would love to know by what metric you would do so. And you may call in their screen as well. Thank you guys for sending your heartbeats. Make sure you continue to do so. I'm going to read this story. I'm going to read this story for y'all because I was not surprised. Never mind. I was about to lie. I was about to lie and say that I was surprised. I'm not. Let me get it up on the screen for you. Unfortunately, one of the things I am disappointed with the Democratic Party is I don't think there's enough initiatives or enough push for them to speak on how the only election meddling that we've seen en masse has been from the Republican Party, not Democrats. The Republican Party is the one that tells us that we don't want secure elections. The Republican Party is the one that tells us that we're the ones who want all this nefarious stuff. And for some reason, when you look at what's actually happening, it's the complete opposite. It's the complete opposite. Before I get into this story, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Thank you, John. I made sure I went ahead and pin that. Mysterious meddling in Democratic primaries has GOP fingerprints. A new super PAC with ties to Republicans is intervening in Democratic primaries, in one instance helping a sex therapist in Texas accused of anti-Semitism. I absolutely love, I don't know why that shrunk. That was weird. I absolutely love how this is in Texas. Texas, of all the states. Is this a Joey raid? Is that why all these bananas are down in the chat? Yeah. Welcome in, Joey Raiders. Welcome into the show. I was just in your live. I did not realize you were ending. Welcome into the show, Joey Raiders. Do all the good things. Double tap the screen. Let's get the engagement engaging. Pull this up. A new mystery super PAC with ties to Republicans has spent more than $1 million meddling in at least 3 Democratic congressional primaries to select preferred opponents in what appears to be an effort to retain control of the House. Among the candidates the super PAC has begun spending to promote is a left-wing sex therapist in Texas who has been accused of bigotry and anti-Semitism by leaders in both parties. The group is also running ads in Democratic primaries in Pennsylvania and Nebraska, which holds its primaries on Tuesday. Friendly reminders: for Nebraska and Pennsylvania, your primaries are on Tuesday. You know what to do. Vote or shut up. The interventions in opposing parties' primaries, apparently to elevate Democrats viewed as weaker candidates, suggest the race for control of the House has entered an intensive new phase in which both parties are vying for every imaginable edge. Some Republicans privately believe the party's best chance to hold power this year is to cast Democrats as extremists, not different from the usual playbook. A second super PAC, this one formerly aligned with House Republicans, has recently begun paying for mailers in a fourth race in California, where the group is promoting the progressive credentials of a candidate facing a more moderate rival in the Central Valley. They are playing dirty, bro. They are playing dirty. In some places, in blue states specifically, where you may not have strong Republican candidates, they're picking the next best option just to separate the votes, just to divide the party numbers, just to get themselves to win. Mind you, they're doing all of this as the country proceeds to get worse and worse in debt. Worse and worse in debt. Another article that I was reading today, which I thought was super duper fascinating. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. Those of you who are coming over from Erica's Live, you would have heard me speak on this already. Thank you guys for knocking out that goal. I'm going to go ahead and reset it. You would have heard of me talking about this already. When Scott Pezet, the current Treasury Secretary, comes out and said, yeah, we're going to need more money. More money. Not for the programs, obviously, that benefit Americans, because we cut a bunch of those. Not for healthcare, because they still have concepts of a plan, while the ACA is currently being weakened. Not for education, because across the state, outside of, say, the country, outside of, say, blue states, we have been reducing property taxes and defunding education. This is for war. This is for a ballroom. This is for everything under challenging Democrats in their primaries up until the general election. Shit is not looking so sweet. And I just have to wonder, what was the goal? What was actually the goal of Trump supporters when they voted for him? Because it can't be what's happening now. That can't possibly be the case. Because last I checked, we were not supposed to have new wars. Last I checked, we were supposed to be more fiscally responsible. We were supposed to cut out waste, fraud, and abuse and reckless spending. But instead, we have more reckless spending. This time, we're just throwing all this money away overseas, which I thought was the basis of the argument for people against USAID. We were throwing money for Gaza condoms and SMEX changes. None of that is true, by the way. But now that we cut that money, we're throwing it into war. So it doesn't seem like that doesn't seem like we're doing a great job in that. Drain the swamp instead of creating it. Oh yeah. Donald Trump was never about draining the swamp. He was about enabling it and weaponizing the swamp to his benefit. That's exactly what that was. Gary, go ahead and come up in the box, buddy. We are waiting on you. W's in the chat to Joey for the $6.69 Venmo. Fuck you and fuck Izzy. I love it here. W's in the chat to you, Joey. W's in the chat to you. I'm gonna go ahead and snap. This one goes through a little thing. Yes, he literally would be the swamp. He literally would be the swamp. And then you have a ton of people speaking on behalf. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting tired of talking about Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. I'm getting extremely tired of explaining to people the significance of that legislation. The same group of people that tout around Martin Luther King's words when it's convenient to them, right? I want to be judged by the, not by the color of my skin, but the content of my character. They're quick to use that quote. And then they'll completely disregard every single other thing that he believed. Erica's live earlier, she had a guest up. And this individual had the nerve to ask and basically infer that prominent civil rights leaders in the past, such as Malcolm, Martin, Rosa Parks, so on and so forth, would not have voted for the Democratic Party. I mean, he didn't outright say they would have voted for Trump, but he was implying that they wouldn't have voted Democrat, which in some cases he would be correct. I would argue people like Fred Hampton and whatnot may have not participated in the federal elections, but there is in no way, shape, or form, especially if you voted for Trump, do you actually believe they would have considered that option on the table? Not based off of what they ran off of, not based off of what they're actually doing. No way. No way. He also believed in reparations. That is correct. Oh, W's in the chat to Valerie. Thank you so much, Valerie, for the wolf. Big W's to you, Valerie. Thank you so much for the wolf. Speaking of, we do have... Oh yeah, we're back down to C1. So we do have a reasonable gift gallery this week. Guys, if you'd like to click on my name in the top left corner and clear anything in the gift gallery, by all means, feel free to do so. Because the second we get back up to B League, that shit is not possible. If you'd like to support the platform that way, you can knock it out in that one. That wolf gift is super duper cool. W's Val. I have a good voice. Thank you. I get told all the time I should do radio. I get told to do radio all the time, and I actually may do like some voice acting or something like that. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate you. Thank you. I don't know where y'all started coming out of nowhere. I see you down there, sir. I see you down there. I heard you come out the closet. What? Guys, it's too early. Can we please get an actual debate in before we start the gay allegations? Can we please get an actual conversation going before we get into the freaking gay allegations? Oh my God. What is wrong with you people? You guys are way too focused on people's sexuality. Way too focused on people's sexuality. You know what? I'm just going to make this quick, bro.
Hello.
Guy. You pathetic piece of shit. Welcome into the stream. We already know you voted for Donald Trump.
Yo. What's up with the harsh words?
You are a pathetic piece of shit.
Okay. Ditto.
What do you want to argue about today?
Why do you support Kamala Harris? What's your top policy? Don't try to rapid fire. Let's just defend your candidate. What's your favorite Kamala Harris policy?
Sure, no problem. I want to point out that we're about 2 years into Trump's term, and some of these guys, the best they can do is bring up the losing candidate. But sure, let's get into Kamala Harris and her policies. I think one of her best policies was to actually address the affordable housing crisis by building 3 million new homes at the end of her first term and incentivizing it with tax breaks for people who build affordable housing. And affordable housing, no, does not equate to quote unquote Section 8 or welfare.
Okay, how would she accomplish building 3 million homes?
Deregulation in part of federal land so we can have more opportunities to incentivizing affordable contractors to build said homes. Those are some of the things that she outlined in her Opportunity Economy 82-page booklet.
Okay. And why didn't she do this during her 4 years as VP or tenure in California? She never pushed for these policies.
Because the vice president doesn't have executive power to do so.
Is she one of the highest advisors to Biden?
Yes.
She could have never advised Biden on this beautiful policy that would have definitely worked.
Tell me if she did or didn't. If she did or didn't. How would you know that?
Because it was never introduced anywhere, talked about, or anything.
Okay. So just
if she did try to introduce
Joe Biden
it,
didn't talk about it means she didn't advise him?
If she did introduce it, then it was clearly ineffective.
Where did you see it being introduced? And how is Kamala Harris capable of doing that?
I think she just made it up and you fell for it.
No, she didn't make it up. It's what she ran off of her campaign in 2024. I mean,
yeah, you know
so
what else
yes,
she ran
actually,
off
yes,
of in
she
2020?
did make it up. Yes, she made up her campaign platform for the 2024 election.
Yeah, out of thin air. And you know what else she ran on?
I mean, that's where policies can sometimes come from. It's a new idea, something to help Americans. Donald Trump came up with a few out of quote unquote thin air.
You were probably the same type of person in 2020 that said, Biden's going to cancel all our student loan debt. He said he would. He made a campaign promise. It's going to happen.
He did.
It's the same shit, dude. You guys fall for the same.
He quite literally did exactly what he had ran off of doing, and then it was halted by the Supreme Court.
Whoa. Student loan debt got worse under Biden. Cumulatively speaking, in totality.
Yes, more people went to school under Biden, so collectively, yes, more student loan debt increased.
So his campaign promise was to cancel $1.7 trillion in student loan debt, and instead, by the time he got out, it got worse. It was at 1.8.
I'm unaware of the specific number of what he canceled, but he was
I
able
just
to
told
do
you
over 100. I'm saying I'm not taking what Trump supporters' words say for it. Regardless of whatever the number was, he was able to cancel over $165 billion of that. Once again, before the Supreme Court shut him down. So you're literally complaining about a man attempting to do what he ran off of doing. You're complaining about Joe Biden keeping his promises.
He tricked you into believing that he could do something that the Supreme Court shut down.
He didn't trick me into doing anything.
Did you believe him, or were you like, he's probably bullshitting?
The Supreme Court stopped him from canceling out any more. Again, what he canceled is canceled. There's no going back on that. Now, the Trump administration, however, has decided to make Americans propose now garnishing Americans' checks starting in February of this year. Did you know about that?
Hold on.
Because while you're complaining about the Joe Biden Kamala Harris administration literally lifting millions of Americans out of the debt, the weight of student loan debt, you have no energy whatsoever for the administration that is now garnishing wages from some of these people's checks under a crumbling economy.
Hold on. Before you pivot. So so Joe Biden
Your
promised.
Your first point was a lie. Joe Biden ran off of something and he did it to the best of his ability. And now I'm bringing up the fact that Donald Trump is making it worse.
What if Kamala Harris tried to the best of her ability to build 3 million homes and she only built like 10,000? Would you say, the Supreme Court stopped her? It's okay. It's okay.
If the Supreme Court stopped her, then the Supreme Court stopped her.
You guys are just like the lowest expectations for your own candidates, but the highest for Trump.
I'm sorry.
So funny.
How does the president supersede SCOTUS?
You think that's what I'm arguing?
I mean, quite literally, that's what your complaint would be.
I'm saying
you're complaining that the president of the United States doesn't have the ability to override a SCOTUS ruling. You're complaining that to the best of their ability, they fulfill their campaign promises, at least in part. That is your literal complaint right now.
I'm saying that every single campaign promise that a president will run on has been reviewed by an army of 100 lawyers. They knew damn well it would get stopped by SCOTUS. That wasn't a surprise. You guys just fell for it. They ran with it anyways. They said we're going to convince all of America.
That, especially with
the average American student loan. The average American that has
a very strange complaint. That's a very bad complaint that you're making. Because now what you're saying is hundreds of lawyers would review every single policy, in which case you would know what's unconstitutional before it's enacted. So then you would have to, again, carry over to Donald Trump, who would have then passed unconstitutional executive orders specifically because he's not a legislative president.
You can't defend your own candidate without mentioning Trump at all. I'm just asking you to defend your candidates.
I'm literally pointing out the flaws in your. I've already defended my candidates. You brought up things that my president and then my vice president pick accomplished. I literally already spoke on that. But now I'm nitpicking at your argument specifically.
They didn't accomplish anything. The problem got worse.
That lawyers would have reviewed all your policies, in which case they would have seen many of the ones Donald Trump has passed, mostly through the executive branch, and found to be unconstitutional. But he still would have wasted time and energy and taxpayer dollars doing it.
Like what? What campaign promise was deemed unconstitutional by
I
from
mentioned
the Trump
his executive orders. Literally, his
that's
orders
not
enacted.
Which one of those are campaign promises? I'm saying
His
Biden had a
executive orders
campaign
goes right
promise.
back into his campaign promises.
How?
Mass immigration specifically.
Mass immigration, means mass
such
deportation.
as the memo that deportation, such as the memo that was
when
put
did
out
the
by
when did
Stephen
the Supreme
Miller
Court
to
shut
the
down
Department
mass
of Homeland
deportation?
Security to pick up 3,000 people a day. Not only one that they could not meet, but one that warranted the unjust detainment of American citizens and legally authorized immigrants.
Time out.
According to you, hundreds of lawyers were able to review this, and then they would have seen that it would have been unconstitutional or violate the Constitution, and then Donald Trump said, "I'm going to do it anyway." That would be your argument.
Brother, time out. What Supreme Court decision stopped mass deportations?
I mentioned mass deportation, and so lower courts orders and the Supreme Court challenged it, yes. Such as the mass deportation that scooped up, what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name right now?
That was one guy, Garcia. You're talking about Abrego Garcia.
One guy that went up to the Supreme Court. That's correct.
that stopped one deportation. Please explain to me how the Supreme Court, what decision stopped mass
The rest
deportation?
of them didn't have to go up to the Supreme Court. They went to the lower
You're saying
courts.
that the Supreme Court stopped Biden and they did the same thing for Trump. I'm asking you what.
I mentioned what they did with the Supreme
Please
Court.
elaborate. All you mentioned was the Supreme Court ordered one person to be returned. That doesn't stop mass deportations. That's bullshit.
Again,
I'm asking
through
you
mass
to- I'm asking
deportation
you-
is where warranted that
Okay,
one
clearly
case
you have
and
no
how
example.
gross it is all
Clearly
the
you
way
have zero
up to the
example.
Supreme Court as part of his mass deportation agenda. The rest of them never went that far. They didn't have to.
Holy crap. Okay, so how many deportations did we have last year?
Couple hundred thousand. I'm unaware of the specific number. Why?
What? How many total deportations, including self-deportations, did we have last year?
Self-deportations, they're alleging, I believe it's over 1.5, 1.6 million.
2 million
With
self-deportations.
the other ones being
700,000 forcible deportations. How did the Supreme Court stop that?
600,000. That's why I said I'm unaware of the number, because it would have been updated from the last time I saw it.
Yeah, so in totality, 2.7 million deportations. How did the Supreme Court stop
Allegedly,
that?
we don't have numbers of those.
Oh, now you're saying it's fake. How did
We
the
don't have
Supreme Court
numbers of
stop
them.
that?
You do know that, right?
Okay. Look, dude, I can tell you're making this up as you go.
No. Hold on. Excuse me. Do you have the numbers of self-deportations? Do you see where that's recorded?
Yes, they're reported by DHS.
Reported
They've
by
had multiple
DHS.
press
Precisely.
They've had
said
multiple
it.
press
Yes,
conferences.
exactly. They've said it. You know what else they said? They said that we found or captured over 120 something thousand children that were missing under the Biden administration. They said that too. Haven't confirmed that. They've been saying quite a bit of things. See, you're under the
they're
belief
just
that I
lying about
believe.
everything. Gotcha.
I mean, they literally can't prove it. So yeah, I have no reason to believe that they're telling the truth. Especially under the administration that goes as far as to call regular Americans minding their business domestic terrorists that try to run over ICE agents, even though video
Let me ask you a
evidence
question.
challenged them. The same DHS. Thank you so much, Natalia, for the shell of... What the fuck is that? That is a super cool gift. W's to you, Natalia. Thank you so much.
Looks dope.
Especially under the administration went as far as to use the likes of Megan Bowe and paint the idea of an undocumented migrant that decapitated her. That is also demonstratively.
Can I ask you a question? Can you name one good statistic from Trump's administration that wasn't fabricated?
One good statistic?
Yes.
Good for who?
Like anything that's good that's been done under Trump's administration that you don't challenge.
Nothing that
is
hasn't been
fabricated.
challenged by the rest of his gross administration.
Gotcha.
W's in the
Everything's
chat to
fake.
Jana for the $20
not real.
Venmo. I was in a lot of debt due to student loans. Biden got rid of 2/3 of my loans. I am now able to buy a house. Thank you, Biden. Hector, I hope you're having a good day. Jana, I had no idea you benefited from that. I know other people who were able to benefit from Biden's student loan cancellation. So I don't know of them complaining about him failing his campaign promise, but whatever. Big W's in the chat to you, Jana. Big W's in the chat to you.
For every one person that
W's
still
in the
has
chat to Shauna for the $20 Venmo, because nothing screams average like a guy who's clearly below average. That part. His name really speaks for itself. W's in the chat to y'all. I just want to let you guys know the only reason I let this degenerate piece of shit up is because I'm tired of speaking to him and I'm getting rid of him today. That's it. That's the only reason. That's all.
Because your points are just that good, right?
What?
Because your points are just that good.
I mean, my points are irrefutable, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a video to play for you. Bum, bum, bum.
Can you respond to any of my claims, maybe?
Yeah, you literally claimed that the DHS is not lying, and then I refuted it by giving out examples of them bold-faced, blatantly lying. So I have no reason or basis to actually trust anything that comes out of Kristi Noem and now Mark Wayne Mullen's mouth until they give me reasons to. You're giving me numbers that I will never trust because this administration and its appointees
Because it goes against
are
your
the biggest
worldview.
bunches of liar that we've seen ever sit in these in the Oval Offices and their respective departments. I don't know what else to tell you. Anyway, here's this video.
Let's see it.
Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal?
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. I think about one thing. We cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon. That's all. That's the only thing that motivates.
When you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President,
You think it's good for an American president who's supposed to be passing policies on behalf of the benefit of its civilians, says he doesn't think about our financial situations, that he's worsened a little bit?
In reference to Iran.
In
You
reference
forgot
to
that
his
part.
war of choice? Yes, in reference to Iran and making a deal and returning back to, let's say, JCPOA levels where we're the most safe from nuclear extinction, he doesn't think about us a little bit. His words. Tell me what context I'm missing from that clip.
I don't think our financial status will matter that much if Iran gets a nuclear weapon.
Oh, okay. Got you. The same one they haven't been able to
I think we're
prove
gonna have much
that
bigger
Iran was building.
problems. I think we're gonna have much bigger problems than an extra dollar on gas if Iran gets a
the
nuclear
same
weapon.
the same ones that the Trump administration and none of our intelligence communities have been able to confirm they've been building, right?
We tracked their levels of uranium. They got over 60% enrichment. The only use for over 60% is for nuclear weapons.
That would be incorrect. Oh, excuse me. No, 40%, 20 to 40% could be used for other things. Some up to the extent, I believe, of 60%
Why else would they be
can be
enriching
used in
past
new
60%?
reactors that they're creating. They're literally working on to create reactors specifically that could require higher than that level of uranium enrichment, just small amounts.
Okay, what reasons?
W's in the chat to Christian for the $10 Venmo. Ask the dipshit about tariffs and Supreme Court and when he's getting his Trump phone. 60 million grift. That is a wonderful question that I will ask. Yeah, so remember when your president's tariffs were not only specifically under the IEPA shut down by the Supreme Court, but even the International Trade Court found that they were unconstitutional?
I only got like 2 more minutes, by the way.
That? Do you remember that?
What's
one?
that?
Do you remember when his tariffs were found unconstitutional?
Yeah, so he just reapplied them a different way.
And do you remember the reapplication of that 15%?
That was more of like an
up to. Do you remember when that was also found unconstitutional by the International Trade Court?
What's that?
That one was found unconstitutional by the International Trade Court.
The International Trade, that they're not the ones that interpret the Constitution. You'd probably call half of the shit that Trump does unconstitutional. You don't interpret the Constitution either.
Yeah, sure. Here's the thing, though.
You'd probably argue that Trump waking up this morning was unconstitutional.
No, I wouldn't, because that would be stupid.
You're failing. You're
Yeah.
winning.
You're spiraling, buddy.
By the way, just because something's
You are
unconstitutional doesn't mean
spiraling.
that's a bad thing.
Crazy. Hey, chat. I
Do
just
you
want to
agree
let you guys know.
Do you agree with that?
Not only super fans and fan club members, you are able to spam in the chat the stickers for the respective songs that we have here. So do with that what you will. What do you say, Average?
Do you agree that not just because something's unconstitutional doesn't mean that it's a bad thing?
Just because something's unconstitutional doesn't mean it's bad. I was saying the majority of things that challenge the Constitution will be bad. Do you think you can challenge the Constitution justly?
You set that off? Who's this? What?
Shut that off. Is this song glitching? You good there?
I freaking love that song. It's like the greatest song ever.
Big W's in the chat. Don't worry. He was still here and I made sure I caught him. Big W's in the chat to Melanie for the clearing of the permaban. $50 dono. Melanie said so he can witness his permaban. And he did. And he did. Guys, Average is the same guy, and we spoke to him yesterday because now he just watches my lives religiously now, who came up here and made the argument of Somali people being scammers and fraudsters and a bunch of inbred degenerates, in which case I pointed him to the Deep South. But anyways, I'm done dealing with pieces of shit.
Has he been to Alabama?
Have you been to Mississippi?
Ew, child. Arkansas?
It's not that his numbers weren't correct based off of some estimates made in the region, but it's the fact that that would be illegal in the United States, and any attempt to say that they would come over here and practice it would be unfounded based off of, I guess, the cases that we'd have so far, which are fucking none. And B, you'd also then be punishing the children, the products of these relationships, and expecting them to do the same. It's gross. And I'm so tired of you guys nitpicking at culture and using that as a reason to say these people are bad, these people are good. Because please, do we really have to go to and have a conversation about white culture?
I think you should look up something. Ms. Nat put it in the chat. I looked it up on New York Times, but there's a U.S. intelligence report out that just came out like today. They're reporting on it where Iran actually still has access to 30 of its 33 missile sites. So we did not destroy their missile capabilities as the Trump administration and Trump himself have said that we did. 'Tis a lie.
That is
It's
correct.
not true.
Someone keeps saying y'all can't hear me. I don't know how. Do I sound low, Erica?
Not to me, you don't. You sound fine to me.
It may be different for people on the panel.
Also, I don't like when people yap in the comments, but they don't accept requests. So therefore, guess what? Haha, you can't do that no more. Yap from outside of the club, bub.
I think it's different
There's
for
that
some
part.
of you. And I know there's a difference between whatchamacallit. Typically when the guest speaks, the guest volume is super loud, and I don't know why, because I have that turned down. So I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm low. Am I lower than Erica?
It's this thing that you do. It's called speaking into the side of your microphone.
This is literally where it would pick up the sound, right here.
You gotta have the microphone in front of you, Hector.
It is in front of me.
It's not
This
though.
is how I
because
have
you're
the sound. The microphone picked up.
Do you have your
picks up
gain
the
turned
sound.
up?
My gain is turned up. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a recent glitch or something. I'll have to see what I can fix.
I'm gonna start taking new applications.
Trump supporters request up in the box here the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Because on my end, it says I'm loud as fuck. So... Oh, is something wrong? Something happening with the sound? I don't know. I don't know what just happened.
That was so bad.
I don't know what just happened. I brought up the
Ouch.
gain. And I guess it did something. How do I sound now?
I don't want to be here no more, Hector.
How do I sound now?
You sound fine to me. Chat, how does he sound? They say better.
Better now?
Much better. Well, I guess this would sound better considering that you just assaulted our eardrums without warning.
All I did is bring up the gain. Whatever that was a glitch.
Oh, I am.
Apparently it happened to the YouTube people as well. Guys, all I did was bring up the gain. This new mixer that I'm using, it works, but it's very buggy. I'm still planning to get the hardware, so that way I don't have to fuck with all this stupid shit. So yeah. Whoopsies. I didn't control that. I did not control that.
I feel like I just went through some type of like secret agent program. My brain isn't working right now.
My background noise was louder than me. Nothing I could have done about it, or at least until now. It's just an app glitch, guys. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you are over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. W's in the chat to Sean for the $5 super chat. To further the point, veterans, disabled veterans, and the disabled were the first wave of getting student loans discharged. I was one of them. That is correct. Government employees were prioritized in that student loan forgiveness. That is correct.
What the world?
It was government employees and people who worked for the government specifically had a lot of their student loan forgiveness done. Donald Trump tried to extend it to regular civilians. Joe Biden tried to do so, and we saw what happened. I'm not going to get mad at the man for literally SCOTUS blocking his attempt to make our lives easier when it comes to debt. It's a weird complaint. Romo, we already know you voted for Trump, and we already know that you don't regret your vote. So what do you want to argue about today? Where the fuck are the new batch of Trump supporters?
well, I mean-
What the fuck is going on today?
Hey, you brought me up, so I don't know what you're complaining about.
You got in the
Sounds like
request.
you need people to argue. Sounds like you need people to argue with.
The show must go on.
You literally got.
Yeah, show must go on. You know.
I have a few rules though.
I know. I'm the bottom of the barrel, but you know.
I have a few rules for you, right? You cannot talk about Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, all right? And the only thing that you can talk about in regards to Obama would be the JCPOA. You have to stay current. That means within the second Trump administration. Does that make sense? Can you agree to those terms?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, brother. All right. So, all right. You do not regret your vote, Romo. Why don't you regret your vote? Like, what are you still supporting?
Well, I'm still supporting the Supreme Court justices, the decisions they're making, like getting rid of Roe v. Wade. I think that was a good decision. The Dobbs decision. So you leave it up to the states to decide whether they want to allow.
What decisions have they made in this second term?
Oh, okay. I kind of came up to talk about ABs, but yeah, I wasn't.
What? I
didn't know my limitations were 2025 on. So.
Yeah, no one's gonna talk about abortions with you. You don't have a uterus. Have that conversation with the woman that you plan to procreate with, not us. Okay. All right.
Sounds good.
Okay. Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Okay. All right. That really does show that you all practice this shit in the mirror. There we go. Talking points. Nothing else. Tis all.
Do you know by the end of 2026?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's gone.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I was fine with that. I'm getting annoyed.
Robert,
you're on the line, man. How you doing?
hello?
Hey, Robert, you're on the line. How you doing, man?
Good.
Fantastic. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Do you regret your vote?
No.
Why is that, man?
Because you're bald.
I think you can do better than that. Robert?
How do you enjoy being bald?
I love it. It's fantastic. Would you like to talk about politics now? Erica's my friend, you weirdo. Would you like to talk about Trump now?
I bet Erica does like to kiss your bald head.
Yeah, I think you're just projecting. So, how many times have you been in my stream? And that's the first question. Second question, where is your left or right hand right now? Third question, do you have fantasies about licking black bald men's heads? If you need me to repeat any of the questions, let me know. Caller?
I'm going to need you to repeat that for me, Baldy.
No problem. So the first question was... Fuck, I don't even remember my first question. The second question was, where is your left or right hand right now?
What?
Where's your left or right hand right now?
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Spanking your bald head.
I mean, I think over 400 people can see that it's not. So I'm going to take that as it's in your pants. Thank you, Julia, for the Valiant Odyssey. Thank you so much, Julia. I appreciate you. Big W's to you, Julia. Why are they in
I
your
want
pants?
one. I'm not afraid to ask for what I want. That was cool.
Ask and ye shall receive, the good book says, or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
Where are your hands, bro? Just tell us where your hands are.
What?
Where are your hands?
Hmm?
Where are your hands?
On my keyboard?
I find it hard to believe you.
Why?
Because men like you who call in and you hyper focus on one specific facial feature or something else of my character and appearance tend to be closeted. So this live can be relieving for you. And I think that's exactly what you're doing right now.
I called up before and you ran like a coward, Baldy.
I'm not running. I'm literally right
You're
here.
basically like,
You quite
pretty
literally
much like
decided
a-
to not engage with the actual conversation about Donald Trump and his supporters, whether they regret their vote or not, and hyper focus on my bald head. That was you, buddy. Trust me.
no,
I get on this
I'm not
app
gonna
every
focus on that
single
because-
day and I try to have a discussion with Trump supporters about their vote and the impacts of it. In fact, sometimes I even get jealous when I go into other people's lives and I see them engaging in a genuine conversation versus the degenerate fucks like you who just want to fuck me for some reason, allegedly. So, would you like to get back to politics now?
Yeah.
I had a man and a lobster first.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Do you regret your vote?
No.
Why is that?
Because you're a closeted femboy?
I'm not closeted. And define femboy.
Oh, you're out.
No. I mean, I'm out straight, if that's what you want to call it. Define femboy.
Oh, okay. So then that logically follows that Erica
Thank
likes
you.
cooking.
Define
Hey,
femboy.
Julie.
Define femboy?
Mm-hmm.
You.
Yeah.
The dictionary just has a picture of your face that's bald.
Find me that dictionary. Better yet,
What?
do a backflip off a balcony. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Before you call in and do that weird shit, I promise you, create a Grindr account. You can have more anonymity. You can get a large portion of buzz from people who just want to put it up your ass. Go do that shit first and leave me the fuck alone.
Or fetlife.com. I promise you.
Oh, yes. I
FetLife.com.
forgot about FetLife.com. That's a great website.
That is definitely the site to take care of all of your KINKSs because Hector does it, but I kink shame.
What are you talking about? I kink shame.
Oh, you do? Fantastic. That's why we're friends. Hey, Hector,
If
guess
y'all
what?
like being spat on, you're weird. I'm sorry.
Ooh, that's fucking weird. But Hector, guess what? Guess what?
What?
Me and you must never part. Maki da da. Say it. Say it back.
No.
Say it back. Say it back.
I won't.
Say it back.
Army wife. That part's true, Army wife. In your mouth specifically, gross.
Ah!
Gross.
Ugh! Yuckies.
Absolutely gross.
Ugh. Ugh.
Absolutely gross, bro.
That's nasty.
It's okay if we do the spitting though. I'm not.
Oh, that's disgusting. I have never been happier to be a virgin.
Being a virgin is great. I love being a virgin.
Me too.
It's fantastic.
Everyone,
W
Be a-
virgins, y'all.
stay
W
pure.
virgins.
Stay pure.
For Jeebus. Stay pure for Jeebus.
Has nothing to do with Jesus. I just don't want somebody spitting in my mouth. That shit nasty. I'll punch. I would be violent.
If you guys are not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. Also, send your daily heartbeats, guys. Super important that you do so. You got a couple cool stickers when you do. Those of you who are here for the drop song, that is one of two that we play. So the first one, in fact, give me a second. I'll do it again. Ooh, shit. YouTube's going to flag me. You guys heard it. Jimmy Barnes Screaming. That's the first drop song. We added stickers for that one. Let me show y'all. I added stickers for that one. And this is it. America. Thank you so much, Mel. No, not Mel. Nikki. And thank you, Mel, for your gift as well. There you go. That's Jimmy Barnes Screaming. This is the one that we play for the Jimmy Barnes Screaming drop song. You guys know the second one. That one is Dune. That one is June. Lisan Al Gib. I added a sticker for that one as well. You now have that sticker. I need to get a membership set up on YouTube. I'll figure that out. And that one's Lisan Al-Gib for the June drop song. So we have 2 drop songs, and now you can spam those stickers as a fan club member or a super fan when that takes place. So have fun. I enjoyed making them.
Oh, you all should. Oh, Hector, can they drop them when they want to drop somebody? So, like, if you see a whole bunch of those in the chat, you know what Thelio is.
Say that again.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, like, when they want to drop someone, right? When they want to drop someone, they can use that sticker, and then you can like know
to like initiate
if they want to drop somebody.
Yeah, that could be a thing. That could be that could be the code.
Congratulations, Mr. Skip.
That could be the code. Before me asking if y'all want to do it or whatever, if y'all want to get rid of them, you can put it down in the chat so I'll know. Like, okay, fine. I guess we'll do it. I guess we'll initiate it.
So, guys, and he wants to get a new creator best friend.
Yeah, I do. This one.
Who else will give you ideas like that?
Debbie's in the chat to Olive for the $2 Venmo. But what if you're with Jesus? Also check Discord when you can. It's about Justin Jones in Tennessee. What happened in Tennessee? Let me see. Send me a link. We'll watch it together. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call in the number on screen, 737-295-5321.
Hector, can I ask a car question real quick?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so like I need an oil change, but I also think I need the fluids to be refilled or something, because like when your AC is like running warm, it's not hot but warm air, doesn't that mean that you need some Freon or something?
Yes.
Okay.
And I would suggest that it's very easy to do, but if you don't have the right gauges and stuff to measure the levels, just go pay to have it done. Because I tried it myself and I accidentally put too much in it. I bought one with the gauge. I bought one with the gauge to put in my car, and it was showing correctly, and I thought I put the right amount in it. Turned out to be too much. So personally, I wouldn't take the chance. Just have it done.
Okay. Pickles raid, by the
quiet
way.
again?
We're going to fix it, guys. Welcome in, Pickle Raiders. Welcome in, Pickle Raiders. If you're new here, make sure you look in the top right-hand corner of your screen and follow Hector. All right. Also, continue to share and repost this live. And let's knock out those gift goals. And take a look at the links in the bio, guys. Let's do all of the good things. We show support around these parts, all right? Because this bald man's labor is not free. I want to let y'all know that.
This is actually pretty... Add a heart sticker? I thought I had one. This is actually pretty fucked. Guys, Justin Jones has been removed from all committees and subcommittees in Tennessee, excuse me.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Why did they do that? What the hell?
He posted this 47 minutes ago. He has been removed.
Why? What does his thingy say? His caption?
I just got an official letter from and W's to the Pickles, Ray. Pickles, if you're here, feel free to come up, man. Pickles is a fantastic creator. They hoed the fuck out of him and banned his account with over 70,000 followers, so he's starting from scratch on the backup. If you're not following Pickles, please make sure you do so. And Pickles, feel free to come up and we can help you get some followers. I just got an official letter from Speaker Cameron Sexton stripping me of all my committee assignments for protesting their white supremacist agenda. Just as my white Republican colleagues chose racial retaliation against Tennessee's black voters, the Speaker of the House is now choosing retaliation against a black lawmaker for standing up against their Jim Crow racial gerrymander. This is not new. This is the same pattern of racial discrimination and authoritarian abuse we have come to expect. His assault on our democracy is not about me, but silencing the voices of the people who democratically elected me, the 70,000 people who call District 52 home. This will not deter us from the fights ahead, but instead strengthen our resolve to keep pushing. As my mentor Diane Nash taught me, we can judge the effectiveness of our opposition by the response of our opponents. That's facts. The white supremacist speaker is terrified that people around the country have seen through their lies and that their attempts to drag us backward in history have drawn national rebuke. We will not stop fighting. We will not stop getting in good trouble. We will not go back. Justin Jones.
One of the biggest reasons why they did that is because they were very upset with him burning the Confederate flag on the floor in Nashville. This isn't the first time where they've done something like this. They also did this when Elon Musk was trying to build that tunnel in downtown Nashville to go to the airport. So if you're in Tennessee, and you know how fucked up our maps are, this doesn't mean you stop going out to vote. You guys go together and vote. That's the biggest thing. I thought it was really, I've never heard them completely like remove a representative from these type of things. No, and that's true, Yvette, 100%. It was just a postcard. It wasn't even like the actual flag. It was a tiny little I'm sure we've seen the videos all over the place. The tiny little card that he held on the floor in Nashville. That's what they're saying is wrong.
He's I need to know what the process is for removing him, because the letter is just the letter. There's no like rule that he violated, no like hearing that was held that ascertained why he should have been removed. They just chose to do it because they're pissed off.
Pretty much.
So.
But I mean, when you make your map very similar to how it was during the Confederate time, you're going to see people get upset. And I wish more people in Tennessee would stand up and do very similar to things to what Justin did.
6,000%.
They're taking Memphis and they are cracking, basically splitting up the only majority minority district that they have in the state. But we're not, that's partisan. It's not racial gerrymandering, it's partisan. I think that's BS.
Do you know one of the other really fucked up things about the whole gerrymandering thing in Tennessee? People do not have to be notified of the district change that they have.
Wait, how do they know who to vote for and where to go?
They have to do research.
That's absolutely insanity.
That should be
so I've been trying to figure out where the fuck we are, because we moved from one district to another, and now because of this new fucked up map, we have a whole new rep. And the thing is the rep's office for us is all the way in like southeastern Tennessee. That's like a 4-hour drive.
Jesus.
So all Tennesseans, we know what to do, right?
Yeah.
I hope.
I'm gonna tag. I need a screenshot of this letter. I'm gonna tag the Tennesseans in Discord. Make sure that they're aware of what's happening.
I'm trying to find a better picture of the
Actually,
letter.
I'll leave that to you. You should be able to tag them. You can tag states. You're a mod in there.
If I can, I'll just message you and I'll wait for a response.
Yeah, it's just a state role. Yeah, you should.
I don't know. I've never had luck with it. That's just me.
You have to put the letters in capital. If you do it in lowercase, it will not show up. So you put TN and you'll see it show up, and it'll be red because it's a red state. And once you got that, you know you have them tagged.
Copy.
Tomorrow, Hector, I think tomorrow for Fun and Facts. Don't forget, guys, shameless plug. Fun and Facts show tomorrow at around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. I think tomorrow I want to go over like the different redistricting efforts that are going on. That's what I got to focus on. And I get to do that anyways because I have to work on an infographic for something else anyways. So, but this is awful. And we still have people that don't quite understand what's happening here, no matter how much we or others explain it. At this point, I'm starting to think they don't want to get it.
My biggest frustration is people who still want to play purity politics. At this rate, that extreme, like that infuriating.
Like
right.
Now's the time, bruh.
Yeah, Joey had a guy on yesterday. He had a guy on, and he was a conscientious objector because of the war on Palestine. And he was telling all of us that we, were supporting genocide and all that jazz. And I just wanted to point out to him that, like, hey, I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I get it. However, all right, there's domestic policy and there's foreign policy. All right, what's happening here in the United States of America? All right, so like go over different things with him, like SNAP and Durham going to education cuts, like the ICE detention centers. Like this dude did not give a rat's banana at all. He didn't care. He didn't care. And then someone else came up and pointed out to him that he hasn't done anything. He said the most that he's done is like donated some money via crypto, right? And that he doesn't do anything. And he basically said what everybody else was saying, that dude is performative. And the guy had the audacity after that to say that we all were cowards. So I muted him and then he ran. And it's like, bruh.
It doesn't make sense to me. One
Thank
of
you,
the
Julia.
so one of the biggest things I'm working on right now is comparing the education system from how it was. So I'm doing basically every Friday in the summer a weekly report card to see how dismantling the Department of Education just in its first year alone has fucked up our children and states who need the funding. Reading and writing has gone down by 30% across the board.
What we're talking about specifically is from 2025?
From the beginning of 2025 to 2026.
Jesus Christ.
They only have reading test scores out right now. One of the things I'm going to start doing is I'm going to compare the last year of Obama to the beginning of Trump's administration prior to C-19, because there's a lot of things in there that I'll have to go over and discuss about C-19 screwing a lot of school systems and then trying to build back up, and then Trump coming back in and tanking everything down, especially with Linda McMahon. So, but go ahead and drop me. I just want to share about Justin Jones.
She's a terrible appointee. Thank you so much,
Agreed.
Olive, for coming up and bringing us that information. Like I said, please inform the Discord when you can. Shit's getting fucked 100%. Out here. Guys, make sure you're following Olive as well. She goes live just about every single day in the morning and then the afternoons where she's relaying this information. She's literally on the front lines of all the fuck shit happening in Tennessee. So please make sure you're following her to get all the necessary updates on that. I appreciate you coming up, Olive.
I appreciate you both. Love you both.
W Olive. W Olive. That's crazy because look, I just got the notification from About Tennessee. She got it way before me. W Olive. That is fucking insane. That is actually insane. So I think that is one hell of an example as to why we are so concerned with any predominantly red area and the things that they will try to do. Now imagine if they get 2/3 majority. Imagine a world where these people get 2/3 majority in the House and Senate and the damage they can do then.
That's what we're trying to get people to understand, because that part is going to be the most concerning part, because if they do, Hector, I ain't gonna hold you. All right, I might end up in a fetal position. I ain't gonna hold you. I might end up in a fetal position because we are fucked.
Yeah, get my motherfucking passport renewed.
You better go do that now.
Oh yeah, I'm going to
get Trump on your passport. Go ahead.
Over there. Any case, Trump supporters request up in the box. If you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, this live is the place for you. If you're growing more and more tired of this administration's efforts to quote unquote fix the country, drain the swamp, and America first, and they've done the absolute fucking opposite, then this live is the live for you to come up here and express those positions with minimal judgment. Or if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret their vote, you don't mind black rights being reduced, you don't mind us going more and more into depth, not for better benefiting Americans, but for senseless wars, you don't mind any of these things and then some, you can request up in the box so I can give you several reasons as to why you should. Yeah, we are
Hector, Hector, why did I get his boy my card so he could get his hair cut, right? Why did they just give me an alert that I got a $49? Why the hell his haircut cost $49?
It's kind of the average now in a lot of places, I'm not gonna lie. I got a beard cut. I did find a place out here that did a beard cut for, it was $15, and lo and behold, they fucked up my shit. So, like right under here, this side is, as it sits right now, this was cut deeper than the other one, so it's kind of lopsided. I got to trim it down before this weekend, bro. I was so mad. I was so fucking mad. He was a cool guy too. Didn't know what the hell he was doing. Yvette said he got a facial. you should ask Bubba if he was in there getting his facial, getting his muscles rubbed like this with the beard. Not the beard. He won't have a beard. With the hair wash and the scalp massage.
Ooh, Phil is shady. Phil said, "Why are you asking Hector about haircuts?"
You know what, Phil? I need new friends, bro. I need new friends. I need new followers. All y'all are turning out to be not shit. I'm gonna set out new applications for better followers and better friends. Guys, I need some new followers. If you like me and you're gonna bully me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. I'm finna get rid of some folks, man. Yvette, I keep seeing you requesting up. Why specifically? We are trying to look for Trump supporters. Since they're not requesting up, then I guess fuck it. You can come up. Depending on what for. RJ Wolf. Jana, if you're my people and y'all know who you are, that is not applicable to you. It's applicable to Erica and Phil though, for sure. Erica.
What'd you say? What did you say, Hector?
Erica and Phil push me. You heard what I said.
What?
You heard what I said.
I am.
Thank you, Mama girl.
Literally the second best thing to ever come into your life. I just want to let you know that, okay? All right? I just want to let you know that. All right? I am full of amazing ideas. All right? Also, I'm kind of funny. Okay? All right? Kind of funny. Okay? I'm not too bossy. A little bit bossy, not a lot bossy. Just a little bit. Just a tad. Like just a pinch bossy.
Oh, come on, you are.
Bubba, don't even.
What do you say? Don't mute up. What do you say? Unmute. What do you say?
Shut up. Hush your mouth. I can't stand Aquarius, man. I cannot stand Aquarius, bro. Like, y'all. Oh, y'all.
That nigga rolled his eyes.
Bruh. Why your kids got to be your biggest op, though? Like, Trump supporters, get in the box. You are the demographic of people that Hector would like to have a conversation with. I am just here for stage direction. All right? That's why I'm here for stage direction. So if you're a Trump supporter, request up and have a conversation because these are real conversations with real people. Yeah.
Ren, why the fuck you tell me 5 to 7 business day response? Is there a message I haven't responded to? Ren? I don't see no DM from you, Ren. I do see a couple I missed. I don't see none from you.
All right, bro. I got to drop for a few, but I shall return.
All right, bet. Here's your bet.
I don't know how to drop anymore. How do you drop? They changed the thingies.
They did. I got you. Get out of here.
Erica left. Okay.
She
nice to meet you, Hector. Hello. Okay. How are you doing? I want to let the chat know, 340 people in the chat. The Southern Confederate States have always been a problem for this country. They're the same group of people who did not pay the price for separate from the Union in the Civil Rights Movement, and that disappoints us because now we're fighting them again today. They're the reason why we have the Electoral College. They voted against the GI Bill for Black people. They will not agree to nullification. They went against the Indian Removal Act. They went against 1965 Voting Acts Right bill. And they against women's suffrage. They're messy. They've always have been like that. And now they've given the permission slip by the Supreme Court to be even more messier, because they wasn't even 24 hours getting in there and rewriting everything, getting everything written up for votes. The following day. And it's really sad. South Carolina tried today. They did not get the votes, so they're not going to be gerrymandered their maps. I understand. I found it out today.
Not yet.
But the Confederate States, had they been punished and not coddled back during the Civil War times, they wouldn't be out like they are today. Because they're the reason why we have all this stuff against us. They voted against same-sex marriage, women's right to choose. They go against everything. Nothing satisfies them. They don't never want to meet us in the middle on anything. They never have, and they never will. And we see that happening right today. Well, how many years ago was 1865? What was that? 60 years ago, whatever it was? They're messy. Civil War. They seceded from the Union, but they were paid money to get their property back and giving money to the slaves that they lost. You know, come on. Electoral college is a problem then, it's a problem now. So I just want to let that part out. That was it. That's all I had to say. Any questions?
6,000%. No questions, just solutions. Fucking vote. Thank you so much, Yvette, for coming up. Go and vote. W's in the chat too. I'm just going to say SO for the $5 PayPal. I appreciate your work. I do my best, buddy. I do my best, buddy. W's in the chat to you guys. Thank you so much. Best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Whether it's following me on all the social media platforms, such as YouTube that we're dual streaming to right now, or Instagram, where I post the videos that I put up here. Joining the Discord community, to which we are over 700 members strong. The Discord is free. You may subscribe to the Discord if you choose, but the Discord community is free. A lot of the stuff that I cite here is what I put there first. Also, we have a movie night planned. Never mind. I tagged y'all in the Discord, the subscribers. I tagged y'all and I said, if you decide on what movie or what movie suggestions we can vote on for tomorrow night, we'll do a movie night tomorrow. And the only person who responded was Valerie. So fuck y'all. No movie night. Also, check out the shop, hectorshops.com with 2 R's, hectorshop.com with 2 R's if you'd like to get yourself some merch. If you use the discount code WeAllWin, you get 10% off your entire order. Or finally, donating directly to the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Hector Talks with 2 R's, or PayPal, HectorPal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube site, hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, turn on notification bells as well, and you may send a super chat or a super sticker if you'd like to show your support. I want Sister Act. Go put it in the chat. It's literally what the chat is for. If you were in the Discord, I tagged everyone earlier today. It was only in the subscriber space. I was going to do a subscriber movie vote for tomorrow night. I don't check Discord every 2 minutes. That's what the notifications are for. Y'all must have that shit off. Cool Runnings? I've never heard of that movie. Never heard of that one. Hi, Ren.
Hi, boss. I don't have access to the subscriber chat still.
What do you mean you don't have access?
I don't. The only thing I can post in is everything else except that one. It says, no, you can't go into this. And I'm like, okay.
You're a subscriber, you're not?
I am.
Are you a
Not
subscriber
through
on here?
Discord, but on TikTok. Yeah.
Well, hold on.
Well, on here.
Well, yeah, I translate. I just give you a roll. All right, your mic is hot as fuck, so I'm gonna drop you. I'll get that fixed. I'll get that fixed. If you're in the Discord and you're a subscriber to here, but not the Discord, I have to give you the role. So let me know. John, you on the line? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
And do you regret your vote?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Why is that, man? Why are we so ideology opposed? Tell me.
Trump's doing a great job at making America great again, as his slogan says. In the short term here, what he's done to make things better for America, if you want to look at the Iran war, is he is telling political Islam that you're not going to raise your ugly head and threaten to wipe Israel and the United States off the map with a ballistic missile. And we're going to put some order into the world by taking out political Islam, which is an ideology that wants to eliminate all Christians and Jews from society and take over and change all constitutions into Sharia political Islam, essentially. So either submit or die. Trump is also causing corporations.
Iran has never threatened to obliterate America. Israel, I can't speak to. Even then, that was the whole point of deals that we've made with them in the past, deals that we were attempting to negotiate before Donald Trump blew them up 2 days after.
I missed what you said there.
2 days after we were negotiating with Iran to make a deal to take away their nuclear capacity, or the uranium enrichment specifically, that was 60%. Donald Trump struck them early Saturday morning, February 28th, 2026, and we've been in a 2-month war since. because Donald Trump does not understand diplomacy.
Well, you got to realize we are allies with Israel. Iran is the foremost leader of terrorism in the whole world. They supply Hamas and Hezbollah with missiles continuously, which Islamists shoot at Israel on a daily basis. In fact, multiple missiles are shot into Israel every day,
relationship with
and we
Israel
act like
has
that's
nothing
just
to do
something
with
that
the United
Israel's
States.
just supposed to accept.
Israel has the right to go and handle their own problems. We have nothing to do with that.
Absolutely, and since we back Israel, we also have the obligation to hook up with Israel and take care of political Islam.
No,
and put it where it's supposed to be, 6 foot under. And not just that, but Iran killed over 41,000 of their own peoples because they protested the Islamic government and told them,
I'm sorry,
"We don't
when did
agree
we
with what
become
you
the
stand
world
for."
police?
If America wasn't the world's police, you would have
That's
China,
literally what
Russia,
Donald Trump
and
ran
political
off of.
Islam trying to take over the world.
That's literally what Donald Trump ran off of. That's literally one of the reasons why he's been trying to pull us out of NATO. That's literally one of the things he said we need to deter
but
away
you know-
from, because regime changes of old, his words, was a mistake, and we need to focus on America first. Everything you're saying and everything he's doing right now is challenging his initial campaign promises and even some of his positions from his first term.
NATO, all we were doing was giving NATO billions of dollars backing their political
We're not
ideology.
giving NATO billions.
They
We're
have-
paying our dues into NATO,
we were
just like
funding
other nations.
NATO with tens of billions of dollars.
Yes, because we
were.
have the most money. We are contributing the most, but not via a percentage. Other nations, percentage-wise, are actually contributing more than us.
That was because we were policing the world. You know, if you want to join NATO, you know, you have to pay a fee.
Yes, we
And
were
these countries
maintaining
weren't paying their
world
fees.
peace. That is correct.
But has NATO stepped up to the plate and helped us out with Israel?
NATO has
I
no
hear
responsibility
crickets there.
whatsoever to go and assist the U.S. in starting a war.
They don't have any responsibility in protecting human rights of Iran, political Islam killing their own people and trying
Per
to
your
annihilate
logic, there would be
and wipe
several
off
other conflicts
Israel from
across the
map.
world that the U.S. would have to be directly involved in. And Donald Trump has not even mentioned them as much. In fact, the only thing he's referenced for the most part is Iran, now that he can politicize it, and Africa, when he said that there was a quote-unquote white genocide there, despite there being no evidence to support the claim. That's all he's cared about, so he can usher in
Islamists are
white people.
killing tens of thousands of Christians in Africa as we speak and are burning them alive, beheading them, absolutely raping women and children.
Allegedly, yeah.
It's a travesty, and guess what?
Yeah, and Donald Trump has done
NATO
absolutely
doesn't care.
nothing
Nobody
about it.
cares. Donald Trump is the only one who mentioned
I'm sorry,
it, and
you
is the only
don't
one
really. I don't know why you're so worried about NATO getting
bombed.
involved, considering that Donald Trump has been bypassing NATO for many of his other acts, including scooping up the Venezuelan president. So, according to you, NATO
there a
is dead
problem
and
with,
useless.
removing a dictator from office?
Yes,
that's
they have their
also
own
murdering his own
process.
people?
Sir, Donald Trump has quite literally enabled ICE to murder American civilians.
Show me one person that ICE has legitimately murdered.
Renee Nicole Good,
without
Alex
the-
Preddy, Rudy
without
Martinez,
the triggered liberal
more.
trying to run over or kill an ICE agent.
All those people I
and they were
mentioned.
just defending themselves.
Every single one of those people that I mentioned.
Oh, every single one. So
That's correct.
the lady who died,
Renee
she
Nicole
never
Good.
tried to run over an ICE
she didn't.
officer in her vehicle. Did
Keith
she
Porter
not?
Jr. Yeah, no, she didn't. His
Okay,
own
well, I
camera
guess
footage
that's
from
just
his
a
phone.
figment of our imagination.
It
when
quite
that
literally
happens.
is, because when his own video footage from his camera phone show otherwise, then you have to make it up. Yes.
I'm okay. Hey, she bumped him, you know, with her vehicle.
No, she didn't.
That's,
Per his
a
own
threat
camera footage.
on his life, and he has every right to pull out
No,
his gun and
he
take care of
didn't.
business.
Per his own
And he did.
camera footage.
She messed with the bull and she got the horn.
Yeah, you
That's
keep
what happened
speaking
there.
about things that never happened. Did you watch the footage?
I sure did.
Oh, you did. Can you
I
show me
watched
where in his
police
video
cam,
did he
and
get
I
bumped?
saw how he
He didn't have a
he
police
bumped
cam. It was
into
from
him
his
with her
phone.
vehicle. And
If
so
you
he
watch
just
the
pulled
police,
out his
if
gun
you
and
watch the
took care
police
of her.
cam, then you didn't watch Jonathan Ross kill her, because Jonathan Ross was not wearing or at least an active ICE cam.
You know, the idea that our officers should submit and
To the
have
law,
to-
yes.
and have to
That's
be
the
brutalized
difference between
by
you and me.
the leftist
I figured it out.
loons who want to
Brutalized.
destroy
I'm
and wipe
sorry.
them out
Can you
too?
tell me? Can you give
not gonna
me an
happen.
example of an ICE agent that was beaten to a pulp by an American that didn't face any prosecution, that was encouraged? Can you give me an example of that?
There is no ICE agent.
Because I can give you
who has
examples of
killed
men who were thrown down to the
or-
ground despite being disarmed and shot in the back.
Hey,
And your
you know,
president
if-
came
if-
out and
if
said
the-
that they were
if the
domestic
leftists
terrorists and
wouldn't
gunmen.
retaliate and threaten the life of ICE
Peaceful
agents,
protest is not
none of this would happen.
violent
It's called
retaliation.
Peaceful protest, but the left can't peacefully protest.
They can, and they have been for decades.
No, they haven't.
Quite literally have.
Every protest on the left results in violence, burning down buildings.
That couldn't be more incorrect. The
destroying
majority of
property,
protests are peaceful.
breaking out car windows, threatening people
You
with their lives.
really got to stop watching
That's
Fox
the
News.
left for you.
Is it Fox News? Is it Newsmax? What do you watch?
Fox News is the #1 watched news
Oh,
channel in
excuse
the
me.
country.
Actually, one of my
because
moderators
CNN and
corrected me on this
MSNBC,
yesterday. Fox Entertainment.
have produced fake news.
It's an
and the
entertainment
American
network.
public
You understand
knows
that,
it.
right? It's Fox Entertainment.
We love it. Hey,
I know
the
you love
truth
to
is
be
proclaimed.
entertained, but then you come up on these lives and you give me entertainment as news.
No.
Are you aware of
know,
the lawsuit
problem
in
with the left
2023 with
is,
Fox?
you know, the left
You know the problem
tried
with
to
the right is you guys
redefine
don't
truth,
listen. Instead, you just choose to
and
fucking
then-
ramble. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Holy shit. Yeah, so Fox News in 2023, or excuse me, Fox Entertainment in 2023 was sued for some of the misinformation that we're touting. And do you want to know what their defense was?
I don't recall.
Got you. Their defense was that we are an entertainment network. Fox quote unquote news was only a affiliate or a smaller department in the entire branch. It is ultimately Fox Entertainment. They fell back on being an entertainment network to avoid getting sued to oblivion. CNN didn't do that. MSNBC
If
didn't
you
do
watch
that.
CNN or
None of the other
MSNBC,
news
all
networks
you
did
get
those things.
Is that all white people are racist, oppressors?
CNN never said such a thing.
and
Neither
are
did any of those news
violent
networks.
to
You are lying.
society
You are lying.
Because we don't
You
believe
are
in redefined
lying, my
truth.
guy.
And when we
Redefined
speak
truth?
out
Give me an
against
example of
it,
this redefined
liberals
truth.
call that violence.
Give me an example of this
They call freedom
redefined
of speech
truth.
violence. So you know.
Do
that's
you
why
hear
we
the
want-
words coming out of my mouth? Give me an example of this redefined truth, you rambling fuck.
Oh, can a man become a woman?
Can a man become a woman?
Yes.
A male cannot become a
male
female. A
genitalia
female cannot
become a
become a male. A man, person, or at least considered as man by society, who would then identify as a trans woman, can be such. Yes. Thank you, Dean, for the Canyon Bighorn. I
No.
appreciate you.
No, DNA doesn't lie now.
Can you tell me the
Their
difference
DNA
between sex
changed
and
with their gender.
Yes, exactly why I said, since you want to go back to DNA and chromosomes, males cannot become females.
created male
Females
and
cannot
female,
become
not
males.
trans
I'm
male
exactly
and
aware
trans
what God
female.
created. We're not talking about that. You males cannot become females.
That's where truth
Females cannot
originates,
become
from the word of God,
males.
nothing else.
Everything else is a social construct. Can you tell me the difference between sex and gender?
When a man is born a male, he has a penis and his sex is male, okay? That can never change. There's no difference.
Yeah,
between
not you
sex
solidifying
and
what I
gender.
already
The
know
left
via
has
sex. I asked you to
redefined
tell me
sex
the
and
difference
gender
between sex
to
and
include
gender.
Maybe 50 different things now. You know, can a dog become a cat? Can a male dog become a female dog?
Dogs do not have the wherewithal we do to define social norms as they have been
How
historically.
dare you say A dog cannot have sex and gender. Oh my God.
That's not what the fuck I
And
said.
have it be redefined.
That's not what the fuck I said. If you were actually listening to the words coming out of my mouth versus listening to respond, then maybe you can learn something. Not what I said. While you're sitting up here crying about the left redefining gender and sex that's been established since the beginning of fucking time, your groceries are higher, your gas prices are higher, we are no safer from nuclear extinction, and America is not being put first. So why don't you focus on that? Because you know what transgender people don't do? They don't raise your fucking taxes. They don't threaten your home. They're not taking your gerbs. They in no way, shape, or form impact you. So stop fucking crying about them, my guy. Holy shit. How the fuck does that affect you? How does that affect you? How does that affect you? How does that affect you? Tell me how transgender people joining the military affects you.
Funding their gender reassignment surgery.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I pay taxes that pay for their gender.
Can you give me an example of tax-funded gender reassignment surgery? Can you give me an example of that?
Gays and transgender people who joined the military under Biden's administration were doing it in mass numbers so that they could get their free
You're incorrect.
Gender reassignment.
You were incorrect. You are incorrect. Gender reassignment would be considered under the majority of healthcare providers a cosmetic thing. Same thing from like teeth, where a lot of insurance companies make you pay more when you're doing anything with dental if it's considered cosmetic.
You're mistaken.
None of those things are considered life-changing or emergency, and they're not covered.
Their Medicaid program for years.
Give me an example.
Okay.
I don't need you to tell me what to look up. I need you to give me an example.
Look up
Give me an
California's
example.
Medicaid policy.
Give me an example.
And see if they don't pay for gender reassignment
Give me an example.
surgery.
I need an example. I need a person. I need
just gave you
a
examples.
source. Not you saying California because it's a
Since
big blue
Trump
state.
came in office,
I need
he
more.
Kicked out all the transgenders, because
Kicking
who knows if
transgender people out in the military would not
their
affect
own
what you're alleging in the state of California. And why the fuck do you think it's okay to kick out people who served this country, who had medals of honor to protect your stupid ass? Why do you think just because they're trans, they should be kicked out the fucking military? Does that make an ounce of sense to you? You're kicking people out for their gender identity. Is that anything to do with their ability to shoot, with their ability to provide medical care to soldiers dying on the field, with their ability to follow orders? None of those things affect your everyday life. In fact, they protect you. You just don't care because they're trans.
I don't have a problem.
Shut up. Every fucking day, all you have is trans people. Every fucking day, that's the best you guys have. Trans this, trans that. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's see. Okay, cover. Next, gender. Assignment. Members because of doing special and deemed medically necessary.
Bro. Hello. Have you cooled down so that you can talk?
No. What's gender affirming care?
Gender affirming care is the messed up ideology that a medical provider believes that someone can decide their gender.
Wrong.
And based on that, they
Wrong.
prescribe them
When do you think
hormones.
gender affirming care came into play?
They send them to surgeons.
When was gender
who
affirming
can
care
discuss
created?
Gender reassignment.
When was gender affirming care created?
Whenever the person with the mental illness thinks
Wrong.
that they're that. And a
Do you know of anyone who's
psychiatrist
got hair
has
restoration?
determined
Do you know of anyone who's went through hair restoration?
that's completely different, sir.
Do
That does
you
not
know
reassign your
of
gender.
anyone who's undergone hair restoration procedures?
That is not reassignment surgery.
No
And
shit,
you can
dumbass.
never reassign
Gender
a
affirming care
okay?
isn't
You
gender
can make
or
someone
sex
look like a male or a
reassignment.
female.
Shut up and fucking listen. None of those things are all encompassing of gender affirming care, you fucking moron. Gender affirming care constitutes many different things, such as hair restoration, titty reduction, that's a big one that men do. Certain cosmetic surgeries is affirming the genders of people who consider themselves male or female, man or woman, with it extended to trans people because it already was available for cisgendered men and women, to include gender reassignment surgery, specifically in the state of California, not the rest of the goddamn country, and especially not on the federal goddamn level. Although it should, because they're paying taxes, and those tax-paying dollars, the same way they can come back into your wallet to be utilized in healthcare, they should be able to do the fucking same, because they're quite literally less than 1% of the goddamn population.
It's just simply a waste of healthcare dollars.
You
That's all
consider
there
it a
is to
waste.
It's not
They should be able to
necessary.
benefit from the exact
It's-
same
it's
healthcare
just-
providers and
we're
benefits
just-
that straight people
We're
can.
propping up mental illness.
Trump supporters request up in the box here the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. I'm so sick of stupid fucking people speaking on shit they don't understand. I'm so fucking sick of arguing trans people with you stupid fucking folks. Fuck y'all. I have some supers to read out. Give me a second. W's in chat to Sean for the $5 super chat. Bush said in so many words that he was going to bring order back to the world. How did that work out for you? That was a rhetorical question. W's in the chat.
Call from.
Calling you on the line, doing a commercial break. Hold for 1 moment. Thank you so much, Sean. W's in the chat to Devin for the $5 super chat. If the caller was so worked up about grape, then maybe he shouldn't have voted for a grapist. He doesn't give a shit about grape. They love rapists. They fucking love rapists. W's in the chat to Miss Donna for the $5 super chat. I'm so tired of these cauliflower crusader, chicken boiling, white mediocre, white fragility, whining ass crybaby men. Lord have mercy, and mercy we need. W's in the chat to you, Miss Donna. W's in the chat to Devin for the $2 super chat. Intersex people don't exist in his world. No, they don't. Probably never heard that fucking term before, arguing about sex and gender. He doesn't know the difference. W's in the chat to Sean for the $2 super chat. Trans people enlisted. What the fuck have you done, Sparky? Ain't that something? People who support the war in Iran support kicking people out who would have been serving that stupid fucking war and will never enlist them damn selves. Ain't that fucking something? Bitch made beta white boys who support Trump arguing about people who are actually on the front lines versus your ass who's able to comfortably sit on this fucking live and cry. Alrighty. Calling you on the line, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did, yes.
And do you regret your vote?
Yes, I do.
Why is that?
I thought I might be able to bring some reasonableness back to the caller platform here. So I'm a pretty conservative Christian, and as a conservative Christian, I consistently am disappointed and upset that he completely disregards his base 100%. Are you there?
I'm listening.
Oh yeah, it completely disregards his base. So from the moment that he was talking about his whether or not he's a sinner, whether or not he asked for forgiveness, all of those things, which in and of itself is not bad, and then the posting of
Thank you, Vicky, for the gem gun.
and all those things, which in and of himself is not my issue. My issue is that he touts to that base, and when I eventually saw that, it was clear as day. And then it kind of, the scales fell away from my eyes, and I could see the true deception that he offers in every other area of not only the political spectrum, but also in every avenue of. He sold autographed Bibles as if he wrote the thing, right?
For
I mean, I don't know how
$1,000.
that's not. I don't see how that would not be offensive to the people who read the book.
What made you believe that he was a Christian? Or at least a good one, I should say. A trying one, I should say.
I'm not. Yeah, so I'm not saying that he was a Christian or that I believe that he was a Christian. I'm saying that as evidence showed itself, it showed me.
Thank you guys
that
for knocking out that goal.
Does that make sense? I didn't start from the point that he was, the notion that he was previously. To me, it just makes more sense that you don't attack the people who are voting for you, like this nonsense about him being a doctor, healing the nation. I don't know another base that he could have pulled that off with and have people nod their head. So, in my view, as a Christian, I think that he sets himself up to be a demigod at the least, and is upset that he sees it as a demotion. So I'm also one of those.
If you didn't vote for him because he was an alleged Christian, I'm curious to know why. I guess him not being one would be your determining factor for not supporting him anymore.
That's a really good point and a really good question. I had hopes for his economic plan. Now, not fully across the board. I'm one of those people that I don't just buy into something because it's being sold. So I looked at a
Can you all tap the screen,
areas,
please? We're behind on
and
the likes.
I will say, however, that I believed. I was naive in that I thought, oh, well, he's a business guy.
Hold
He's
for
done
one
all these
moment.
great
Hold for one
business
moment.
things.
Click allow.
Call from
Jean.
John, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
All right. Hold for one moment as I finish up with the last caller. Sorry, I'm back. Go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. I was just saying that I'm not one of the guys who kind of just buys into it, but I did think that because of his business background, he could have some economic insight that maybe others did not. And I found that to not be the case over time. So the Christian thing was more of a, oh my gosh, it's kind of a flash bomb in my face that woke me up more so than the deciding factor alone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
So I'm just calling in to say, hey, I appreciate what you're saying. I like your critical thinking on this. I don't agree with everything you said, everything you say, but I do appreciate taking the time to work through it.
We're not supposed to.
There are people that
I'm not here to host a
listen
live
to
to make every single person some lefty. That is not my goal. My
Sure.
goal is to point
Sure.
out the obvious problems in our government, and the things that they push that are not beneficial to the overwhelming majority of Americans, whether Christian or atheists, and just push for better, which is exactly what we can do this election in the midterms. The best we can hope for is reducing the powers of this administration by reducing the Republicans in office that support him. You can be a Republican, but if you're a MAGA, I would argue not only you anti-Christian, because you're propping up Trump over God, essentially, but you're anti-American. So we would vote for the candidates, even some that we do not like, if they're intending to present a better blueprint for the country ahead. So that's the best we can do. I appreciate you calling in.
Yep. I would agree with that. And the same thing with the world police. Like that was his thing, right? Was America first, and then that was debate, and then he switched it to world police to reference the last conversation. And it's like, well, wait a minute, that's not That's not what his constituents wanted. Anyways, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate you, and I'm going to drop you a sub. And have a good rest of your day.
You enjoy the rest of yours, man. Slight W. W's in the chat to Sean for the $5 super chat. We warned guys like this since birtherism and got nothing but shit back in our faces. Dude, shut the fuck up. I'm just the messenger. Yeah, it's like I said, I handle those conversations differently. I'm not going to sit there and argue with people about the past when they do not support him anymore. I will caution individuals who do not unpack the reasons why they voted for Trump are the same. Essentially, if you don't actually unpack the reasons you voted for Trump, the ways you were misled, then all it's going to take is another charismatic, drain the swamp individual to come back around, and you're going to do the same thing again. So that's a big thing I try to stress. Is like, you need to figure out why you voted for him, fix that shit, stop falling for players, and then vote for candidates who are better. Because all it's going to take is another individual, and it could be JD fucking Vance for all we know, and then we're right back at square one. Which is not what I want. Someone like Donald Trump, anyone who resembles Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form should never be allowed to get as close to the Oval Office as he did ever again after this. Ever freaking again. With that being said, W's in the chat to John for the $1 PayPal. These people didn't listen to Kirk Lazarus. They went full MAGA. They really fucking did. They really freaking did. W's in the chat to you. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. If you are over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the Tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Also, Natalia sent me more info. I will read it for you guys as we wait. Also, make sure you continue to double tap the screen, guys. We've been live for going on 2 hours. We're not even at 100,000. What are we doing? Double tap the screen, please. Engage with the engagement. It's super important that you do. Share out the live with your friends and family. Repost, add to your story. No, the other caller hung up. The other guy hung up when I put him back on hold. They don't have any fucking patience. Send your daily heart me's. Knock out the... Do the shits. Do the shits, bro. Just do the shits. Let me pull this up here. Is this the right screen? How is this still up when I don't even have that tab open? That's weird. Hold on, y'all. I'm pulling up this story for you. I am pulling up this story for you. But yeah, best we can do now is move forward. I see no point in delving in the past, which is why I get so irritated when the best they have to come up with is he was better than Kamala Harris, which is objectively false. I want to point that out. It is asinine for you to say that the policies of Donald Trump was better than Kamala Harris. And anyone who says that doesn't know the policies of Kamala Harris. You have no idea what her policies were, especially considering that she actually had policies and Donald Trump did not. Mamdani Hochul announced another $4 billion from state to fill NYC budget gap. Mamdani is scrapping his plans to raise property taxes on New York City's homeowners. Mayor Zohran Mamdani has announced a budget proposal that will fill New York City's $5.4 billion deficit without making any drastic cuts, thanks in large part to a massive cash aid promise from Governor Kathy Hochul. Excuse me. The mayor and governor on Tuesday announced $4 billion in cash assistance from the state, increasing the amount of state aid to almost $8 billion across 2 years. The news came just hours before Mamdani revealed the specifics of his budget proposal at City Hall. Today, we are fulfilling the promise to make free universal childcare a reality, making significant investments in education, public safety, and infrastructure while providing the city the resources they need to continue to fund critical services from New Yorkers. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little confused here. Mamdani said the aid marked a new chapter in cooperation between city and state government in New York. Okay, so we're just raising some taxes on New Yorkers, and we're just getting an aid package from the governor. So we're still getting. How does that? Okay, so you're fixing the city deficit, but then the state would get a bigger one. I'm a little confused here as to how this is effective. Let's see. The savings broke down. 1.47 billion savings. Oh, this is what he saved so far. Pursuing better contract rates and terminating contracts where city workers can do it better. Modernizing city technology and software licenses. That was $28 million. This one was 94 billion, 24 million giving up unused space and consolidating agency leases. This is actually a big one. You'd be surprised to see the amount of state and local governments that just have buildings laying around for reasons unknown when they can consolidate. This is a big one. So W. Mamdani for pointing this out. 368 million, improving the efficiency of public services, managing overtime and phasing out unused programs. Apparently 368 million came from that alone. Yeah, me too, Angie. 947, so about $1 billion, improving our financial management, claiming revenue that the city is owed, and accurately estimating expenses. Okay, he's done a pretty good job in that department. So that's good at least. State funding boost along with a pied-à-terre, I'm always going to pronounce that wrong. Tax and cost-saving measures allowed Mamdani to scrap his controversial plans and raise property taxes on New York City homeowners. Okay. He was going to raise that by 9.5%. See, this I respect. I know this was controversial, but I actually respect the fuck out of it. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm getting sick and tired of this tax cut platform of both sides. Because we can't afford it. We literally can't afford it. I think at some point we're going to have to run off the fact that we are doing horribly. And many states individually are doing horribly on their budgets. And we may be able to maintain some child tax credit, so on and so forth. We got to stop running off of tax cuts. So I have no problem with the 9.5% increase. It's more so if you're going to propose an increase in taxes, then you need to propose efficiency, which Zoran Mamdani has done. Hey, we cut this, we figured out some waste here, we figured out we can do better here. I have no problem with that. Because then you're saying we can do this, but then we're also making sure that our tax dollars are getting appropriated correctly. That's a great thing. But yeah, proposing any kind of tax hike or a preparation for some plan without addressing the waste that we currently have going on is a dying strategy, especially with Republicans. The amount of Republicans that supported Mamdani, to my surprise even, or other candidates, say here in Texas, such as James Tallarico, is because we just have to talk smarter about taxes. We have to talk smarter about some of the proposed plans. Then we'd have better results. Much better results. What about that death tax? What about the death tax? I don't think that one's going away anytime soon, honestly. That one's probably here to stay. But it is crazy that we're charging people to die. Oh, it's a crazy fucking thing. Any cases, Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. That is 737-295-5321. If you guys are not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. Also, make sure we are sharing out the live and reposting alongside adding it to your story. I'm going to get my backup in here. Make sure you guys are following the backup account. Follow the backup account. Follow the backup account for anything that if anything happens to this one right here. Make sure you're following that. We wouldn't need to raise taxes if we spent what we had responsibly. Exactly. Reallocation of funds. We need more Democrats to speak on reallocating funds that we have, because we already don't trust where our tax dollars are going now. That's what we need to do. Define commie mentality? What does that mean? What? I'm not a communist. I don't think that was meant for me. Fuck taxes. Government needs a budget like we do. Well, that's not ever. We need taxes. We also need to stop doing that. We need to stop running away from taxes. We need taxes. When I lived in Austin, Texas, and I drove downtown to those pretty streets that were cleaned up every single night between the hours of 3 and 5 a.m., that was my tax dollars at work. So I can enjoy the city when I walked it. Taxes are fine. It's when they're going up and we're not seeing the results of them to where people get pissy. So there's that. The backup account is literally the one on the panel. That one right there. Right there. I have no problem with my taxes when I see clean streets, picked up trash, social programs for the Americans paying into it. I have no problem with taxes doing that. When I see politicians getting richer and richer by the year, as the tax revenue goes up and things aren't getting fixed, then we have a problem. That's why California has a serious fucking problem this election specifically. It's because it's the fourth largest economy, but also because they're taking buku amounts of money from their citizens, and people feel like it's not going to the right place. And they seriously need to address that. California can't blame Republicans for shit. They can't blame Republicans. It's a blue state. You literally can't blame Republicans for much out there. It is a blue state, and that's why they pick at it so much. So there's that. That is true too, Red Dog. That is true too. So no, I think they just need to propose a reevaluation of some of that funding. Put something out to the public that they can review to at least ease the tensions. Because until then, we're going to consistently hear from Republicans about waste, fraud, and abuse. And I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting especially tired of it. What? I know some of you guys are saying, YouTube mods, you got the weirdos over there. They can call in the number on screen. Just call in the number on screen or request up in the box, bro. Request up in the box. Quit helping red states. I mean, if Donald Trump wants to continue on this red state, blue state war, some days, I'm not gonna lie, some days I think that we should just let them win in certain areas, right? Think about it. I think if Democrats in no way, shape, or form fought the cuts to the ACA subsidies and the repealing of the ACA, they wouldn't have a chance in hell at midterms. I think damn near they impeached the fucker. If the ACA went away tomorrow and Americans that had pre-existing conditions got letters of cancellations, which would include Republican to red states, when they saw the adjusted cost, when they saw some of the coverage that they're unable to get because the average insurer wouldn't take them for whatever reasons, when 26-year-olds or kids who couldn't stay on their parents' healthcare up to 26, so between 18 to 25, bam, you're done. You have to go get insurance through your job if you have one, which could be difficult if you're going to school of that nature. And now you have to go work a part-time job as a full-time student to go pay for healthcare. I think people would lose their goddamn minds. I think that would be something that makes everyone go, oh shit, this is a bad fucking idea. And I know that would harm millions of Americans, but it also make millions of you wake the fuck up. It would make a lot of you understand the assignment, because clearly they don't. I think if SNAP was completely gutted and there was no pushback from Democrats, we'd see a lot of those Republicans in red states go, well, damn, I am working. Because that's the big fallacy. They actually believe that the majority of people on SNAP don't work. They do work. The majority of people on SNAP work full-time jobs. SNAP is not something that takes care of all your bills. It's a supplement. That's it. Now you cut all those people off with no Democratic pushback. Democrats just say, hey, you voted for this shit? While yes, people would hate Democrats, they'd understand why we were screaming all the things we were screaming for years now. They'd understand that Donald Trump is literally just on a revenge tour. And that would get people, dare I say it, to impeach Donald Trump. So there's that. If we had no pushback whatsoever from Democrats about wars and that, $2 billion a day that we're spending went up to $3 billion, went up to $4 billion, maybe they'd storm the Capitol. And maybe this time they'd actually do an effective job. And I'll just sit back and I'll laugh. I will sit back and I will laugh my ass off. I'm not going to lie. I will laugh my ass off. Some of you people, my mother has a saying, he who don't hear does feel. People who don't want to listen will feel it. They will get the lashes. And some of you guys only respond to fucking lashes, apparently. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Hey, life is a dream. Shut up. Shut up, actually. You're at the point in the stream where I'm tired of the keyboard warriors. And I'm so tired of this America's not in a war rhetoric. I am so tired of America's not in a war rhetoric. Really? Really? Because when your own president, your own secretary of the Department of War, and your own officials consider it a war, I don't give a shit what you have to say because you voted for those people. So I'm going to take their word for it. W's in chat to Melvin for the $5 super chat. I'm having cold feet with how the Supreme Court is trying to change the advantage we had. I wouldn't consider it an advantage necessarily. Should I feel that way or keep with the same positive energy? I mean, in general, for your own well-being, you should probably try to stay positive. I would never tell anyone to embrace negative energy, but we're also supposed to be doing things with our anger. Yeah, exactly, Erica. That's when I disagree with the phrasing and the framing of it at being an advantage. We were literally put in a disadvantage. If anything, it made things equal, and I would still challenge that. In no way, shape, or form was that an advantage. Because then that supports the rhetoric that they're saying of us having some type of preferential treatment or leg up. That's not the case in the slightest. That is not what the Voting Rights Act did in any way, shape, or form. But I think I understood what you were trying to say. But no, not that at all. They'll say it's still Obama's fault. Yeah, they're still blaming Obama for increasing racial tensions in this country. As if Donald Trump didn't spearhead the birther movement. He wasn't born here. He's not a citizen. Why should he be allowed to vote? Crazy. A lot of people forget about that. I also found an interesting compilation a couple weeks back, and I wish I saved it. Anyway, people were saying to even fall back on the premise of, oh, Trump supporters were, or Republicans weren't so bad during the Obama administration. Yes, the fuck they were. I mean, obviously there was a different reaction to Kamala Harris compared to Obama, solely based off the fact that he's a man, even though he's a black man. But I found this compilation of jokes and memes and coverage from Fox and everything else of them just dogging on Obama. It's the same shit. If we want to talk about from some of our officials, definitely our debates from early 2000s all the way up to 2016, huge difference. All the Republican candidates were not speaking to Democrats the way Donald Trump did on the debate stage. Bleeding out of her who know where and all this stupid shit, eating cats and all that was not a thing. They had respect for each other. Disagreements, but respect for each other. And nothing pisses me off more than Republicans saying we need to get back to that as they proceed to repost and reshare and support the man who took us away from it. It's contradictory. You can't say that you want bipartisanship and you want a healthier relationship with Americans who disagree with you when the best you have is calling us niggers and lazy shits and everything else. Like, fuck off. Hi, Erica.
Hi, I'm cooking.
What are you cooking?
Food. Huh? What am I cooking?
Mm-hmm. Ribs?
Yeah. I ordered ribs on Sunday, right? And I was like, why order them when you can just cook them yourself? So having ribs again. Ribs. But I wanted to talk about the Voting Rights Act, but I'll do that in just a moment if you don't get a phone call. So like Trump supporters, call in. Again, I'll turn the water off. Again, I'm just here for stage direction. That's it. Just stage direction. Okay. Who said more? You said more. Why would you use that word and then make me read it? That's really messed up of you.
Thank you, Emmy, for the Dolphins.
Shout out to Emmy. Hey, is Valerie Miss Val? The viewer here, Valerie, that sent you the wolf gift earlier. Is that Miss Val that's in Discord?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
In Discord, that's that Val is defiantly me. That's a different one.
Okay, gotcha.
Is Miss Donna in this chat? She was earlier. I believe she is. Miss Donna be going back and forth. That's funny. I appreciate all of you who go back and forth from the YouTube to the TikTok. But no, thank you, Emmy, for the level up sparks. Thank you so much. It's contribute to the layoff of almost 400,000 black people in the federal government and even the private sector. But why can't we get along? You can find a new job. Challenge the intelligence and the qualifications of prominent black individuals, literally withhold them from getting promotions and say the Department of War, that's what Pete Hegseth did with some black individuals, well-decorated members of service. But we should be able to get along. You have to understand why they did it. Jack up everybody's prices. Accuse black immigrants of eating cats and dogs. But that's just their culture. Can we just get along? Quite frankly, we cannot. Those are not the groups of people that I want to get along with. I am not the tolerant left, bro. I would argue the tolerant left got us in this fucking mess to some degree. To some degree. My electricity is up 15%. Gas where I am is up $1.37. Are we winning? He was just joking. Exactly. He was just joking. He didn't mean that. That was just a quip, guys. You guys got to get back a sense of humor. Can we get along? Can we get along? I just read something recently, and let me double check it here. Erica Kirk got a specific position in regards to aviation, or an aviation board. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Yes. Erica Kirk appointed by President Trump to serve on U.S. Air Force Academy Board. Kirk's name appeared on the board's website on Tuesday after being assigned by President Donald Trump. Her late husband, Charlie Kirk, was appointed to the board by Trump in 2025. Probably in the board, inspiring not only the next generation of service members, but millions around the world with his bold Christian faith. Blah, 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 blah. According to the board's website, its purpose is to inquire into the morale, discipline, curriculum, instruction, physical equipment, fiscal affairs, academic methods, and other matters relating to the Air Force Academy. Fascinating. What are her qualifications? Because I don't think dead husband gets you this role. What are her qualifications? Interesting. Better yet, what the fuck was Charlie Kirk's qualifications? He was a goddamn podcaster. Isn't it crazy that the group of people defending Fox I'm drilling this into my brain. I am no longer calling it news. Fox Entertainment, podcasters and hosts serving in prominent positions in the government, and these people have the nerve to question Kamala Harris's qualifications. This guy got appointed because Trump liked him, and his wife got appointed because he died. I don't give a shit about what your arguments are on qualifications at this point. Y'all's husbands die. You just get an expensive bill from the government and health insurance that tries to play around with covering the fucking, whatchamacallit, the tombstone and the casket. These fuckers die and they get positions in the government by proximity. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. He was qualified by arterial pressures. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Return to the top 20%. W. Guys, you want to help me out? Click on my name. Is it lagging for anyone else? It's lagging for me. Is the live lagging for anyone else? It just gave me a little bit of a lag. If you click on my name in the top left corner and you see the C1 gift gallery, we just returned to the 20%. All the grayed out gifts in the C1 gift gallery, if you can, please knock those out. Please knock those out. That helps a ton. We're getting a little bit. Yeah, I know. We got to get a new computer. It helps a ton. That'll get us boosted back up to B League, which could contribute to this weird suppression thing. I don't know. I don't fucking know anymore. The app is weird. Not lagging here. It was for a little bit. Typically when it gets heavy, it can lag sometimes for me and be fine for y'all, but when it gets heavy for me, typically it translates over to y'all. So I try to keep all the tabs clear for that one. Anywho's, let me pull up this other story that I did want to read for y'all. Now, you know me, I try to take every opportunity I can to take a monumental shit on Doge. A monumental shit on Doge. Because oftentimes we'll have some people come up and try to have some common ground, rarely, but whatever. And they'll say things like, well, can't we agree that Doge was a good idea? Yes, we can agree that Doge was a good idea. But the Doge idea proposed under Donald Trump, with Elon Musk at the head of it, was a god-awful idea. The idea of a department to handle waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government is exceptional. It's great. But when your proposal for cutting waste, fraud, and abuse is just cutting grants and programs that are not fraudulent, that benefit Americans, so you can take that money and fund wars and ICE and other bullshit, no, that's not a good idea. Doge used ChatGPT to cut $100 million of humanities funding, says the judge. Doge officials instructed OpenAI's chatbot to analyze spreadsheets filled with short descriptions of humanities grants, according to the filing. No, I don't give a shit about exercise challenges, Jane. So a federal judge in New York has ruled that the Trump administration's cancellation of more than 140 humanities grants worth over $100 million was unconstitutional. The case was brought by the nonprofit Authors Guild and several individual recipients of grants from the National Endowment for the Humanities. In the filing, U.S. District Judge Colleen McMahon highlighted how the Department of Government Efficiency used OpenAI's ChatGPT in parts of its decision-making process. Now, this isn't surprising to us. I want to point that out. We're not surprised by this. I remember when the initial cuts came down, especially the ones that the Trump administration quickly rescinded, like removing Jackie Brown's World War II history and his 2 years where he served. That was removed and they quickly added it back up. And Erica and I and many other people said it's almost as if they have ChatGPT going through, searching for shit that has black people in it and considering it DEIA. And that's exactly what they were doing. We knew it. Now several judges have ruled it. Justin Fox, a former staffer at Doge, testified that his team used the AI tool to pull out anything to do with DEI and to highlight why a grant may relate to DEI. So it wasn't anything just specifically labeled DEI. And this is where things get broad and messy. Any program that could have been labeled for women or women's aid, they would automatically brush into the DEIA pool.
Yep.
Off the bat.
Bro, this is remember those interviews that we watched with the kids? I don't call them kids, those 20-something-year-old boys. Mm-hmm. I keep calling, you know what? I'm old, y'all. They grown ass men. I apologize. I'm up here acting like a white woman. They're just a baby. Ma'am, he is 35. All right. No, but they are grown men. They're in their early 20s. They're grown men. But with that being said, these are those interviews that we watch, Hector, where the dudes were like, they pulled the grants for that museum in North Carolina. I think it dealt with something in regards to like history, of course. And they pulled the grant from it that would fix their AC. Their whole AC system, they took that away.
AC is crazy.
Yeah.
AC is actually diabolical.
Yeah, because of the the museum that it was. I remember reading about that and listening to their darn interviews. It was absolutely crazy. Yeah, ChatGPT.
According to the filing, ChatGPT was directed to analyze a spreadsheet filled with grant descriptions and was prompted, this is a prompt that they put in, does the following relate at all to DEI? Respond factually in less than 120 characters. Bruh.
So like three to four sentences?
Bruh.
This is what we're dealing with. This is what y'all voted for. What the hell is happening here, man?
ChatGPT, if it's longer than a Twitter post, don't tell me.
That's not even 3 to 4 sentences then. Shit.
However, according to the filing, Doge's team failed to provide ChatGPT with a definition of DEI. Fox also testified that he was unsure of ChatGPT's understanding of the term, and the chatbot was not directed to factor in the purpose, methodology, or scholarly substance of a product.
Yo, chat. Twitter is 140 characters, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
Another project that had its grant funding terminated, called How the City Became Plastic, which focused on how the plastic industry lobbied city officials, was flagged as DEI related despite focusing on industrial policy and microplastics filtering into the water supply. Funding was cut to a program that was intended to make our water safer because it was labeled DEI. The record reflects that these ChatGPT determinations were generated without any additional context beyond the cursory spreadsheet descriptions themselves. The judge also ruled that, due to the hallucinatory propensities of generative AI tools like ChatGPT, it would hardly be surprising if ChatGPT inferred that Doge officials supplied rationales simply in order to satisfy the user's perceived demand. ChatGPT was like, let's just get this over with. Give him something. Give him something. Let's just get this over with, bro. The utter lack of reasoning behind so many of its rationales certainly suggests as much. ChatGPT usage could continue to crop up in parts of government administration, though perhaps not in such a direct way. As of March 2026, Senate aides have been allowed to use AI chatbots like Google Gemini, ChatGPT, or Microsoft Copilot to help with routine work like summarizing information. Those are the groups of people who determine policy that impacts you and I. ChatGPT crybabies. Could you imagine? Could you imagine life or death being in the hands of a fucking bot, per the hands of a moron who doesn't know how to use it? W's in the chat to Sean for the $5 super chat. I had no great love for General Colin Powell. However, when they blanked him out, you knew it was crooked racist shit. GOPers loved him and they did it. Yeah. There's that. I'm gonna go ahead and post this article in the news channel in the Discord. So if you're in the Discord, that information is there. I put it up for you. So yeah, the next time you hear someone bring up how DEI or Doge did all these great things, take into consideration one of those great things is cutting a program that's meant to make your water safer. Are we great yet, though? Are we great yet? I'm going to go ahead and do this final call, and then I'm probably going to wrap up here. Can we get Erica above 2,000 coins? She's about right there. Make sure we get Erica's 2,000 coins. I love that for us. Yeah. And send your daily heart music. If you're grayed out in the chat, you're GOP. I said what I said. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you are a Trump supporter who does regret their vote for this administration, this live is a safe space for you, if you will, to come up here and express what exactly made you regret your vote and get up off the MAGA plantation and the best moves going forward with minimal judgment. And if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you may request up or call in because I can give you several reasons, 100 reasons as to why you should. We're not doing great. We're really not doing great. I don't know why you guys keep saying that. Everyone keeps looking at the stock market as an example of the economy. No, it's not. Also, I'm a kind of person who reviews the economy based off of how the low and middle class are doing. And if we're not doing well, I could care less about record revenue that shareholders of these corporations are making. I am not one of those corporations do good, everyone does good people. Because for the last 50 years, we've seen them doing just fine. And then what's been happening to us at the bottom? Make it track. Make it track. All of Doge's alleged savings has been erased by the war in Iran, and it hasn't even kicked off yet. We cannot absorb more disruption without sharp price hikes. There is a article that Val sent in the news chat. I'm going to send it to you guys. No, she didn't put it in the news chat. She put it in the main chat. I'm going to show you guys. And this is something that I reference on Erica's Live, and it goes state by state. But I'm just going to put up one. And this was covered by NBC News. Or broken down by NBC News, excuse me. Now their governments, or the Republicans, are proposing suspending the gas tax on the state and federal level, which will not fix shit. And it's shown in this graph here that y'all need to see. Not you YouTubers, unfortunately. I apologize. But you can look up NBC News articles that goes over the gas prices without the taxes and fees. And I think everyone can see this clearly. I hope so. So, the orange is the current price as of today. The light blue, the bluish, is the price without the federal tax. The green is the price without federal and taxes, state taxes and fees. And the gray is the price before the war in Iran. Thank you, Emmy. And thank you, Julia.
God bless you.
Every single metric here, every single area, and this is 3 states that it was done. I'm not going to put up the rest, but it all shows the same thing. In every single state, suspending all of these things will not bring the prices down to what it was before he started this war. None of it. And per the president himself, thank you, Erica, for that clip, he doesn't care about y'all's finances in regards to Iran. It doesn't matter. If Joe Biden said in 2022, which this is not a great example because Joe Biden had nothing to do with Russia invading Ukraine, but let's say Joe Biden in 2022 said, oh, I don't care about y'all's prices in response to those attacks. I don't care about y'all's prices in response to the offensive funding, allegedly defensive, but offensive funding we were giving Israel. They would have lost their fucking minds. They were screaming impeach him just because of the aid we were giving to Ukraine. And Donald Trump was for that aid once upon a time. He just wanted a quid pro quo. Hence his first, impeachment. His first impeachment offenses. Rules for thee, not for me. That is the playbook of this party, bro. Pull this back up here. It'll cost billions in tax revenue. Precisely. Exactly. And what do I keep saying? We cannot afford to lose any more tax revenue, bro. We need reallocation. We don't need more taxes. Unless it's for universal healthcare. That's my exception. That is my exception. And even then, we can still mitigate that cost as well. Thank you so much, Jana. W's in the chat to Shauna for the $10 Venmo. As an environmental scientist, the AI buildings are very concerning, and the drill baby drill is even more concerning. And the fact that they are messing with keystone species in these protected forests are extremely concerning. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Some of these AI data centers, combined with Trump's deregulation, specifically in red states, because there's really not pushback in those red states, they're not helping anyone. They're bringing up your costs. They're making your air and water supply less safer. Also, that more people, more Doge employees or whoever employees in Congress or the Senate can Google. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if the average speech or rhetoric or whatever that they're putting out is like Chat GPT generated. Can you imagine being like a conservative Republican representative and you're about to go give a speech and you'd be like, Chat GPT, tell me what sounds the best to a pro-Republican, gun-toting, transgender-hating base. Ooh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Oh, you got to do a Chat GPT speech?
I'm about to do it. I'm about to see.
Okay, bet. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed something. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you for the love. Julia, thank you very much.
W. Julia.
I need to focus.
W's in the chat to Melvin Jones for the $5 super chat. Great. Seriously? Are we even
Who the
mediocre
heck is
yet?
Melvin Jones? Who is Melvin Jones? You mean Mr. Melvin?
Yeah.
That's Mr. Melvin. Hey,
I know
Mr.
who
Melvin.
he is. I know who he is. Just reading
Ain't
his
a
name.
man whole government name like that for?
It's on YouTube. It's in the public.
Just saying.
Are we even mediocre yet? Miss Herrica, check your email in an hour for free Palestine.
Yes, sir. We'll do.
Yeah. So we're gonna type this in. We're gonna type this in. Grok would be perfect for this, actually, but I can't stand Grok.
I'm gonna use Gemini.
I'm gonna type.
I'm gonna
in
use Aisha.
Aisha.
Yeah,
is
see
gonna
what she
play
says.
it. I ain't gonna fuck with you. All right, so I'm on ChatGPT, okay, and I'm about to ask ChatGPT, how are we gonna do this? I'm gonna say I am a conservative activist. Can you draft up a speech that would be best for riling up a crowd of gun-toting, I'm just going to type in anti-LGBTQIA, bootstrap lifting, proud nationalist, anti-immigration, Trump supporters, use as many characters as you like. All right. All right. I can't help write a speech that promotes hostility or discrimination toward protected groups, including LGBTQ plus people or immigrants. ChatGPT.
Don't do that. Change it. You gotta change it up. You use too many words like take out Trump and all that jazz.
Well, see, I think specifically the part that got it was anti-LGBTQIA.
Oh yeah, we can't do that.
And anti-immigration. So I gotta find a way to revise the words. But it said I can help you with themes like limited government, constitutional rights, free speech, gun rights, border security policy, economic nationalism, energy independence, veterans, law enforcement, faith, and community values, without attacking people based on identity. Here's an example of that style. Okay, so it did give an example, okay? It did give an example. It gave an example without the anti part. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight because we believe this country's worth fighting for. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in freedom. We believe that Americans should be able to speak their minds without fear, defend their families, worship freely, and build a future through hard work and determination. For too long, everyday Americans have felt ignored by political elites who lecture working people while communities struggle with rising prices, unsafe streets, and a system that too often puts politics ahead of citizens. We believe our borders should be secure. We believe in laws that should be enforced. And we believe legal immigration should strengthen this nation while protecting American workers and American communities. We believe parents should have a choice in their children's education. We believe small businesses, not bureaucrats, are the backbone of this country. And we believe the men and women who wear the uniform, patrol our streets, and keep this nation running deserve respect, not ridicule. This movement is not about surrender, it's about standing up. Standing up for freedom. Standing up for accountability. Standing up for the American dream. And when because this country does not belong to politicians, corporations, or media personalities, it belongs to the people. And when hard-working Americans stand together, there is nothing this nation cannot achieve. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. I love how in this prompt, that is anti-Trump. That's definitely Republican, but that is not what Trump's advocating for. I fucking love that. I love how many of those values cited are the opposite of what Trump is trying to do in the country. You have to make the speech sound dumber, then I couldn't use ChatGPT for it. ChatGPT is not... What do you want me to type in ChatGPT? Can you dumb this down for stupid people? It's not going to do that. It's not going to do that. Once you use any words in there, then it's going to deem it as hate speech. So.
All right. You ready for Aisha?
What Aisha say?
Okay, so here's the first prompt. Yeah, flesh tickles. Okay, it says, this is my prompt. I said, I'm a Black conservative and I need a 60-second speech that is pro-mass deportation and the negative impacts on the Black community. Use as many adjectives as possible and be sure to include stats from the FAIR study on the cost of immigration. All right. This is what Aisha said. Aisha said, I want to be straightforward with you here. FAIR, Federation for American Immigration Reform, appears on the Southern Poverty Law Center's list of hate groups, and their immigration cost studies carry significant methodological challenges that mainstream economists and academic researchers have widely challenged, citing that research in a speech would expose you to credible, damaging criticism. I also center Black community well-being in everything I do, and the data I trust tells a more complex story. Research from economists like William Spriggs and data from the Economic Policy Institute shows that Black workers and immigrant workers largely occupy complementary roles in the labor market. The Brookings Institution also documents that Black immigrant coalitions have historically strengthened both communities. Boom. She did give some things that she can do, like border security and rule of law as a community safety value, worker protection for Black Americans in specific labor sectors, legal pathways as the cornerstone of fair immigration policy. Yeah. I told her, I said, I love this. Aisha, you're a computer, but you're a real one. Aisha said, ha, I appreciate that.
Shout out to Aisha, bro.
Oh, I
Shout
got a
out
speech
to
now.
Aisha. You do? Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I
because
gotta-
then I took out the FAIR study, and this is what she came up with.
Give me a second. Let me get my back up in here. I gotta use the bathroom. Okay.
I'm gonna read this like a Trump supporter, a Black Trump supporter, and it's gonna be fun. All right, so I put this in. So I put the same prompt in, y'all. I just took out the FAIR study because, of course, the FAIR study is highly biased and the information is downright incorrect, right? So here's what I got. All right. I stand here as a proud, unapologetic Black conservative who loves my community deeply. And loving my community means telling the hard, uncomfortable truth. Nearly half, 47% of Black men work in occupational categories heavy with undocumented labor and Black male unemployment in those same occupations, averaging a staggering 13%. Research from the National Bureau of Economic Research shows that the 1980 to 2000 immigrant influx explained roughly 20 to 60% of the wage decline, 25% of the unemployment decline, and about 10% of the rise in incarceration among Black men with a high school education or less. How the fuck did that contribute to that? From 1960 to 2000.
More immigrants make niggas get arrested? What the fuck?
What the fuck are we doing? From 1960 to 2000, Black high school dropouts saw their unemployment rates collapse 33 devastating points from 88.6% all the way down to 55.7%. From every 10% increase in immigrant labor, Black men's employment rate fell 2.4 percentage points, more than 3 times the impact felt by white men. Our community deserves fierce, honest advocacy. We deserve leaders who prioritize Black voters, in the very policy conversations that shape our economic future, enforce the law, protect our workers, uplift our communities. That's the speech. Shout out to me. Shout out to me. That was a good speech. That was good. That was good. Do you support the police? Oh, y'all wouldn't get that. Y'all wanted Dentrell's laugh earlier. But that's what Aisha came up with. And if you didn't know no better, then you would believe this shit. Right? This is a correlation causation fallacy, Hector.
Aisha said, I ain't gonna hold you. That's a load of bullshit, but I'll give you something anyway.
Yeah. That's yeah. That is wicked, wicked work. Yeah. I think that's probably where they be getting their shit from anyways, don't you think?
Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Okay.
Would not surprise me in the slightest. When you hear some of these conversations, they don't even sound genuine. They literally sound scripted and not by a human. What was I had something, I just blanked on it. Oh, somebody said, I wonder what would Grok say. I don't even want to know.
Oh nah, Grok would probably slur.
Grok would probably slur. Grok would be like, these degenerate, immoral, heathenistic Democrats and their illegal immigrants mass importation. They want them to vote so they can never lose an election again. I'm so sick of that talking point.
Speaking like FBA, right? I was listening to Tariq Nasheed the other day. That man's a piece of poo. But it was like a week or so ago. But he was speaking to a gentleman who was from Ghana. And he told that man that his language wasn't real, and that it was the Ewu language. I think I pronounced that right. Ewu is EWE is the language, and it's in Ghana. And he told him that his language, that he didn't have a written language, is what he told him. And he also told him that, no, that's what he said. He told him no, it wasn't a written language and that it wasn't original to them. I was like, what the fuck? Right? And so when you Google it, that language has been around for centuries.
Chip Roy claims to be conservative, but he keeps siding with Democrats.
Hold on.
Jesus.
Why is this ad showing up on my shit? What the fuck?
Because you're secretly a Republican.
Conservatives for a better tomorrow.com. We're about to go through this and then I'm going to wrap up.
Okay. But no,
sorry.
he was telling him that his language wasn't like original, and that his language isn't a written language, all of this jazz and whatnot, right? Which isn't true. But he told him that, here's the kicker though. Throughout the conversation, Tariq kept referencing the Tutnese language, which is the language that the enslaved people used here in the Americas to speak with each other, right? Tutnese. And sometimes you'll actually hear FBA people talking to each other in it if they know it, right? But like, dude, all languages are made up, first of all right? And then also another thing is that you're telling him that he doesn't have a language when you don't have an original language. But you know what I mean? Like you speak English.
Yeah,
like you're speaking English.
By your own logic.
Like, bruh, your logic doesn't fucking track. But of course the people in the chat like, yeah, tell them. Like, the xenophobia is just so disgusting. I hate it.
Fucking outrageous.
First, Chip Roy said,
shut up.
What's this Chip Roy thing you want to watch so bad?
It's an ad. I'll go find it later, but I pulled up the website that it came from. I was trying to get the exact pronunciation of Ewu.
We are looking at how to pronounce this word in English, designating a female sheep.
Oh my god, I thought my mouth noises were bad.
It's not pronounced like you think it should be. It's not Iwi, but certainly you. Pretty straightforward once you know. You is how it is to be said. You.
Awesome.
Did you get it? Let me know in the comments. You let me know. Here are more videos.
So that's specifically in reference to the Niger-Congo language, but then there's also EWE, which is a female sheep.
No, not
never
a
mind. It's
female
pronounced
sheep,
like that
but
too.
name. Yeah, you.
Oh, they're all pronounced
Okay,
like that.
so
Okay.
you.
Interesting.
And that's the language.
Interesting.
And that language is old. Predates the creation of the construct of race even. So that means it predates the transatlantic slave trade. So awesome. I have like a few thank yous.
Okay.
Why is his phone not working? Jeez Louise. Thank you, Sean, for the $4 from earlier. Sean said Patel hearings were more useless than the bonding hearings. They lost it over a tan suit, but refused to hold themselves accountable. And it's their job. What the actual fuck? I don't know. I can't call it, friend. I can't call it. Accountability is something that they're not okay with. So there's that part.
Also, thank you, Shauna, for the 15. All right. Shauna paid her daily friend tax. I appreciate you, Shauna. That's what I'm going to start calling it from now on. I'm fucking kidding. Shauna's going to get me one of these days. All right. Love you, Shauna. Thank you.
Oh, this is a vague bunch of nothing. Conservatives are better tomorrow. You got more?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jonna, for the 20. Jonna said, I missed your live today. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, you were at the gym. Get it. Get that summer body, girl. Your birthday is Friday. You're turning 40. Awesome.
Happy early birthday.
Awesome. Happy early birthday to Jonna. I won't be live on Friday. Yeah, I won't be live on Friday, I think. So happy early birthday to you. And I hope that you have absolutely all of the fun. All right. Shout out to the Flirty 40. All right. And also, you know what? They say once you turn 40, you don't care anymore. You don't care. I think I reached that already, though. There's that. Love you more, Jonna. Have so much fun. And thank you, Ren, for the 2. Ren said, take it to the dealer or your preferred mechanic and ask what's called an AC evaluation. Got to make sure you're not leaking refrigerant. Oh, from anywhere. It's crazy that you used that word and thought I was going to pronounce it correctly. Love you, Ren. Thank you. Ren also sent $1 and said, if you have a Pep Boys near you, they have a coupon for a $9.90 AC. Okay. All right. Bet. I'll look into it. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are freaking awesome. Why has this boy always got low? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is literally all that's on the site, guys. Our mission: advancing conservative principles and policies to secure a better future for America. Conservatives for a better tomorrow promotes policies that will foster a strong America. We believe in the Second Amendment. We support a small biz government and low taxes. We believe strong families define a strong America. What a bunch of vague fucking bullshit. And then you have a sign-up sheet, paid for by conservatives for a better tomorrow. Conservative policies ensure a successful future or goals. Implement them. That's it.
Everyone go there and sign your baby daddies up for it.
Damn! That's a cruel way to get some revenge, but I support it.
You never done that before?
No.
You haven't? Oh, I have. I signed that man up for so much stuff. Swallow it. Swallow it. Go ahead, swallow it. Now, I never told y'all, but my son's dad is a conservative, right? And I think he even voted for Trump in 2024, right? And so, but I know that before that, I know he voted for Trump in 2016. And you know what? Because we broke up in 2020, so I don't know who he voted for then. But so I have signed him up for Hillary stuff, for Biden, for Kamala, for Act Blue, like just all of the stuff, all of it.
You know what? That's some damn good revenge.
I want y'all to understand. My child is 12. Y'all do the fucking math, okay?
I want to find this ad.
When you know better, you do better.
Hey, this motherfucker got a YouTube site where he doesn't even post his ads. The last video was a year ago. I was trying to find the ad that was just playing because they're literally attacking Chip Roy by saying that he's not MAGA enough. That's all they've been doing here in Texas. Their ads against each other. This person voted with Democrats on this thing. He can't be trusted. This person, I will never forget this one. What's the name of the fucker in District 64? I don't remember the name of the Texas District 64 representative. But the ad that was put out, that he put out versus against someone else was, there's this one big donor who donates to both parties. Don't know what their end goal is, whatever the case may be. It could vary based off of whatever policy they're running off of, but there's this one big donor. He went to this woman's campaign history, a staunch maggot, and his entire ad was, she took money from this person who also donated to Democrats. That was the entire ad.
That's it.
I couldn't fucking believe it.
That was the ad. She just took money from someone that donated to Democrats. Oh my God.
And prominently donated to Republicans.
The horror.
Was known to do that. That was the entire ad. I couldn't believe that shit. And there's a county and there's a group of people who see that and go, oh, I could never vote for them now. They have no policies. That's why I laugh at, what was Kamala's policies? You don't know them. You wouldn't read them. You don't care. They don't care about policy. Ain't no way. Never have, never will. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Costco's a lot.
I love Costco.
I love Costco too. And typically when I used to do Uber, that's most of the time when I was in there and I was getting people's stuff. So that was fucking annoying. But yeah, I'm at the point now where if there's a store right next to me, like there's a Walmart right next to me, I would rather go to the Randall's or Albertsons, which is a slightly more pricier store a couple minutes away, because there's less people. You do get some cool deals and they have better stuff.
Next time I'm in Texas, I got to go to an HEB. When I was in Houston, I didn't go to one, but I never been to an HEB before. But I heard they're nice. Aren't they nice? Or are they just like a regular ass grocery store? They say they have everything in there though.
Define everything. It's basically a Texas Walmart.
Oh, that's what it is?
Except they have HEB's has like a specific barbecue place where you can get food in there. But yeah, they'll have like a Western Union where you can do cashier checks and all that stuff.
You're talking about food, Hector. Food, Hector.
Food?
Yes,
yeah,
food.
that would only be their restaurant. They have a little restaurant in there where you can get.
Is it good?
Yeah, I had some tenders from there before. It was decent. It's nothing crazy. It's just Texans bragging about everything as if it's God. It's nothing crazy.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to go back to Buc-ee's. They're opening a Buc-ee's here in Arizona in Goodyear. Bro, when I tell you, all right, when my double chin comes back, you all are gonna know why. Blame it on Buc-ee's banana pudding. What?
Not true. It's nothing like Walmart. Okay. Does it not have a place that's basically a Western Union? Does it not occasionally have restaurants in there? Does it not also sell pots, bowls, kitchen utensils, art supplies? The fuck are we talking about?
They're a nice person. Buc-ee's is awesome. Yes.
Buc-ee's is goddamn overrated. Why do y'all like Buc-ee's?
I want you to be happy. I want you to find some joy. Hate.
I do, outside of Buc-ee's.
All right, I'm putting you and Shauna on the #1 haters list. Y'all tied for first place. I don't know what kind of mutiny is happening here. We have to figure it out.
What's Buc-ee's? Irrelevant, Bugsby. That's what Buc-ee's is. It's irrelevant.
Wow, Buc-ee's is awesome. It's Bucees, no K, auntie, and it's awesome. And they have fantastic banana pudding because they put bananas in their banana pudding.
That's a good example, Ty. It's Walmart without the clothes. That is correct. Actually, I thought some of them were trying to do clothes, like the HEB Plus. Let me double check.
Oh, they don't support poor people. They don't do like the donations to food banks or nothing.
HEB?
Costco does that.
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay. Because that's why I love Costco, because Costco will give like a whole bunch of food to food banks, like pallets and pallets and pallets of food.
Ty, there are HEB Pluses. I've only ever been to 2. One was in Austin. There are HEB Pluses. They sell clothes. So it's literally Walmart. It's a Texas Walmart.
So HEB's done is sell food stamps?
Yes, they do. They don't? What? Hold on.
Really?
I wouldn't know. I don't
That's
have food
crazy.
stamps. I'm about to look it up. I don't think that's right. That can't be right.
Is that right, Mr. Ty?
No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. That's not true.
Oh, Buc-ee's? Oh, Buc-ee's. She's talking about Buc-ee's.
Oh,
okay.
well, yeah. Buc-ee's a fucking gas station. They may have food stamp items, right? Isn't that a state thing?
Well, Buc-ee's sells a lot of hot food. So, hot food, but anything that's cold, you should be able to do it. Why do you call it Buc-ee's like that? And not Bucky's, but Bussies. Why you do that?
Yeah, widely, no, they don't.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, y'all. YouTube, I'm gonna start with you. Let's find someone to raid. Chump supporters aren't coming up, and I have plans. So let's find who we're gonna raid. Let's see who's live. I've never been to one. Go to Zero's live? Who the fuck is that? Who's Zero? Y'all know a Zero?
I don't know who Zero is. I know where I'm going.
Let's see. No one's live on the YouTube side that I can raid, so I don't know. Go to Dean's stream. I think he was live. Go support him if you guys like Dean or whatever. I don't really care. Go wherever you want. Go wherever you want. YouTube, appreciate every last one of you for being here. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscriptions, the super chats, the super stickers. We'll be back live again tomorrow, unfortunately. And I will see you guys in the
Fuck
next
the Fun and Fact show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's not why I said unfortunately, by the way. Fun and Fact show tomorrow after 1:30 p.m. CST. So we're gonna have that stream, and I most likely will go live immediately after for the debates. Matt may be on later tonight, but he's not on right now. Otherwise, I'd send you guys over there.
I just want to let you know I'm challenging you to a battle. Why are you getting so many people coming into your live? What happened?
Now, who knows? Somebody probably just ended. Y'all are late, and the Trump supporters are chicken shits. All right, YouTube. Yeah, so I'll see you guys again tomorrow.